Oh, okay.
Welcome to the Box Score Podcast NBA Draft live show. This is our very first ever live stream. We're excited to be here. I'm joined by the show's Conrado Pasquale, Mike Tolliver, Michigan Mike, right, representing Michigan and the Detroit Pistons. I'm representing Charlotte, and Con can stick on a hat with a 56 pick. We'll get to you
No,
eventually, Con.
no, yes. Tomorrow I will be putting on my Warriors paraphernalia, but for today I'm just an
All
NBA
right.
fan. Right?
I look forward to seeing.
If anything, I'm a
We
Pistons
are
fan, hence the blue. So there you go.
We're officially on the clock with the first overall pick. Adam Silver has just announced there's 5 minutes left until the Atlanta Hawks make their pick.
Okay.
And the pick is officially in. The Atlanta Hawks, with the first overall selection, have selected Zachary Ricochet.
How do you know?
Yeah, I got Shams and Woj
I got
already
the,
on
I
notice.
got the
Man.
pistol,
Ah, y'all making it.
You want to wait for him to actually come out and say it?
I can't see
look
this
at
live stream. I don't have to think up. I'm going to switch devices last second. I had some internet issues.
Look at this.
Twitter
love.
My bad, Mike. I'll keep. I'll wait next time.
No, go ahead, because everybody else getting it like that. So we might as well. You know what I mean?
All right.
All right. So, Colin, why don't you break it down? What are your thoughts so far on the Hawks selecting Zachary Ricochet?
Personally, I don't like it. But I mean, hey, I'm not the Hawks. I'm not Landry Fields. I mean, I understand it. I just I don't know. I mean, I just personally question the extent to which his on-ball creation, like to what extent that will develop. I mean, I have no questions about his ability to be like an off-ball player. He's great cutting. He's great in transition. Really creative finishes, under and above the rim. But I mean, I know, right? The reputation of this draft class is it's weaker and everyone's flawed, and that's true. It's just I would have liked to seen a little bit more playmaking, especially from a wing. Given in this modern era, I just prefer wings that have a little bit more of that for lack of a better term, in their bag, right? So I don't hate it. I think it was kind of expected. So it's just I don't think a trade did not materialize for them to trade back and still be in position to get Ricochet. So I mean, kudos. It's really up in the air because if the Hawks are determined, or at least not determined, but willing to trade Trae Young and or Dejounte Murray, then I mean, there's really no use in saying like how they all fit. I mean, you have a blank canvas, right? You just build how you see fit.
I totally agree. I mean, when I'm building a team, right, from the wing spot, I mean, all the most successful teams. You look at the Celtics, you look at the Nuggets, the Knicks, right? The Lakers, everyone, right? The most important part is that they have a forward who might not necessarily be their primary creator, but someone who can create their own shot, who can create a little bit for others, right? And in my opinion, taking a one-dimensional catch-and-shoot off-ball guy with the first overall pick who can't create his own shot, can't create for others, is a massive fumble, man. I mean, especially with Alex Sarr right there. I was Alex Sarr all the way, and I'm going to stick to that. I mean, I thought this is going to be one of the... I don't think Ricochet's going to have a bad career. I don't think he's going to be a bust by any means. But I mean, I don't like the pick for number one, right?
Right.
I think, in my opinion, he's maybe a 5 through 10 guy, considering the level of the draft. But just in terms of the way I look at basketball, my basketball philosophy, I don't love it. I don't love the pick.
Yeah.
Mike, what are your thoughts?
I haven't seen enough, but considering if the Hawks are about to move off of Trae or DeJounte, I honestly think they're going to move off both, to be honest. And if anything, if I was them, I would blow the whole team up. They might as well because they're not getting nowhere as constructed. You know what I mean? They've seen this iteration of this team for so long, and it's time to just go in a different direction. So why not hand over the reins to him just all together? You know what I mean? And start from scratch, build from there. Maybe keep Trae Young because he's becoming more of a facilitator. But I mean, they've tried with bigs. They tried with Clint Capella before. They've actually Onyeka Okongwu is pretty good in my opinion, but are they willing to give him more time and dedicate more things around him? You know what I mean? So I think they're just better off just having a clean slate and send the Pistons Bogdan Bogdanovich.
Okay, well, obviously on draft night, there's a lot more movement than just the draft, right? I just got notification coming through. Obviously, we're gonna have trades and whatnot, but we've actually got an extension here. OG Anunoby has recommitted to the Knicks on a 5-year, $212 million deal.
Oh yeah, you're an hour late.
That just
Yeah.
came through.
No, that's
I missed
Woj
that.
now writing his actual full story. He broke the news like about an hour ago.
Oh man.
No, but you're good. It's,
Oh,
I,
shit, now
now
I
that we
got
have a little intermission in between picks, because the pageantry still takes a while. I mean, I'm pretty shocked. I'm still skeptical that Hardenstein's definitely not coming back. But I mean, I'm still skeptical though that Randall will be on this roster. They're saying that they're going to bring all of them back and add McCall. Like I don't know. I don't know if that. I mean, I guess it's a competitive core, but I mean, you're basically entering second apron territory, doing that. So I mean, I feel like at some point someone's going to be the odd man out. I would assume it's Randall. But then again, I guess we say that every year. But I still think, like, stylistically,
Right.
They're-
Oh, y'all, what y'all doing? Hearing this?
we're waiting for you
Oh, wait, what I'm doing?
for them to announce it.
To announce what? The
We ain't trying to
second
spoil
pick?
nothing for you, Michael.
Huh?
Did they announce the pick?
Oh, yeah, the number 1 pick on ESPN.
No, number 2.
Oh, we got
we're
number
waiting.
No, they didn't announce the number 2.
Jesus.
Let me get on
Oh,
social
man,
media
Michael.
with y'all while my phone is at 12%. Like, let me see here. Let me check in. Let me tap in with Woj. Welcome back, Andre Drummond. Man, welcome to the world of Twitter. Welcome to the world of Twitter. Where are you at, Woj? No, nothing. Just reading tweets, man.
Actually, I think Woj took the night off. I think he's on the broadcast, so Shams
So
is the
who is
one.
it? Shams?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Shams with the Reese god, huh? So
The Riz
Washington
god?
is picking Alex Sarr, number 2 in the
All right.
NBA
let's get
draft.
into it.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, we got there.
Okay.
So obviously, Sarr was the projected number 1 pick for most of the year. Really, I mean, this is the.
Right.
It's only been the last couple of weeks that we've seen Alex Sarr sort of in terms of mocks, 4-2. He declined a workout with the Hawks. Just recently, I believe it was yesterday, a last minute workout, and he declined it after sort of dodging them for a lot of the workout period. According to what people are saying. So what's your thoughts, Con?
I mean, I don't know if you said. I gotta try Detroit pizza, man.
This is just a
I've never
regular
actually
pizza.
had
This ain't
authentic
the-
Detroit pizza.
This ain't the
But,
Detroit style.
No, Nick. These cities are very these metropolitan cities are very protective. They're about their pizza, the territorial. But
Oh,
anyway,
yes.
going back to it.
Especially
I mean,
Detroit,
I don't
Chicago, New
know,
York.
Nick. Since you just saw the OG news, I don't know. Did you see the Denny Avdija news?
I've seen that. Yeah,
Okay.
that was in our league's lifetime. That's massive. I mean, and I would expect the Wizards have, I believe, 14.
Right.
And is it a pick in the 20s? I feel like I'm blanking here, but they have another pick later in the first round, which I believe they can use to move up further into the lottery. I believe that's probably their goal.
They have the 26th overall.
Okay, so they're gonna walk out of here with, even if they don't make a trade, with Alex Sarr, and another lottery pick, right? Whoever that ends up being. I've seen some people say Isaiah Collier, Bob Carrington. I don't know if that fit considering they just acquired Malcolm Brogdon. But
So just real quick, it sounds as if their intention is to flip Brogdon again for more picks. So
yes.
yeah. So having said that,
I mean, I feel like he's a steady hand. I mean, instead of Jordan Poole, right? I mean, I feel like that's just an insurance to Tyus Jones leaving, and Jordan Poole's going to come off the bench. I see him as more of a long-term point guard to help develop. I mean, they have guys.
I mean, the reports are saying that they
established
plan on
point guard.
flipping him. Yeah, no, make no mistake.
okay.
I think there is merit. I think there is merit to him sticking around and being like the actual, like I said, like grown up in the room. But they seem to like really be trying to like cash in, or not cash in, but flip all their playable vets, and kind of just prolonging this process, right? Just kicking the can down the road again and again and again. So it's the same thing I'd say with Atlanta, like with so much ambiguity as to what they really want to do with the vets that are on that team. Like it might again just be a clean slate, other than Bilal Coulibaly. Right?
I forgot he was
right?
there.
Other than him, there's no one guaranteed to be
he's
sticking on that roster. Right?
I mean, Danny Avdia would be one, but I mean, now he's gone. I would make the case with Danny Avdia, a week ago. But yeah, I look forward to seeing what the Wizards are going to do. I like their offseason so far.
Yeah.
Colin, why don't you go ahead and tweet out that link? I've just put in the group chat for us.
Cool.
And I posted to the official account. Yeah, coming up with the third overall pick, we have the Houston Rockets. I'm looking forward to this. I mean, doesn't matter who they select, and there's a very good chance that whoever they select will get traded. Right? I mean, they're looking to make a deal with this pick. They're not trying to hold on to this pick. I could see them taking. I mean, the best fit for them, if they're going to hold on to the prospect, would be Reed Shepherd, undoubtedly. Someone who can just come off the bench, be an impact player, and sort of learn under the tutelage of another undersized point guard in Fred VanVleet, and eventually overtake him in his role. But I could also very well see them taking Donovan Clingan, right? I mean, and that use that as a bit of a trade chip down the road. There's a lot of teams that are looking to trade up for Donovan Clingan, but my belief is that they will be taking Reed Shepherd.
I think so, yeah. I think if they're making the selection, I agree.
If they tend to keep it, it'll undoubtedly be Reed Shepherd.
And do we want to continue to pretend? Do we want to continue to pretend like we don't know who it is, or because Shams is on a roll, man?
I'm all over the internet right now, man, or all over Twitter, I should say. NBA Draft 2024. That's the hashtag. Yeah, I'm getting to it right now. With the number 3 pick, the Houston Rockets are selecting Reed Shepherd in the 2024 NBA Draft, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So this means, Nick, my Pistons.
You do a better job announcing it than Adam Silver, man.
This means the Pistons, Nick, are gonna get Matas or Dalton.
Oh man.
Because
Matas, baby.
Nick thinks that Dalton isn't top 10. Nick.
Man.
Why is that?
Look,
why is
we'll
that?
Get in. Look,
I have been
that
part
to make that pick.
of 4 published mock drafts, and in all of them, I picked Matas for the Pistons. So this better happen, man.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, man, I'm all in on that. I couldn't see it going any other way, to be honest.
But
yeah, I'm gonna be pretty peeved if we end up with Dalton Connect. I've put out just this morning. I put out an article going into detail about just why I think he would be a horrible selection in the top 10. So to have to eat my words within hours, and suddenly,
my phone is
big
dead.
Dalton Connect fan, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt my pride, man. That's gonna hurt my pride.
I mean, Clingan is still on the board. Unless the Spurs take Clingan, I see them going Castle. I mean, I think now this is the inflection point where the Pistons and the Hornets have the opportunity to trade down and really cash in on the teams that are trying to get specifically Clingan. So I mean, it really depends, right? It really depends what the Pistons in front of, like, how much do they really value the guys at 5? Like, is there a big difference between the guys at 5 and 6 as opposed to going back to, say, like, 9, or who's it? Yeah, 9. I know Memphis is at 9, but yeah. But
yeah,
as
I saw a report this morning with the Hornets involved currently are currently on the phone with trade talks to trade down for a later pick and future assets. With that's from Jake Fisher, who's very, very tapped into Hornets news. But yeah, if they do take Klingon, I don't think that means they've kept the pick. I think they've agreed to a deal to flip Klingon.
correct.
But I could also see them taking Dalton Connects, which is rough for my pride. I just don't love his prospect, but we'll get into that after he's officially selected. Com, what are your thoughts, man? On Reed Sheppard and his sort of fit with Houston.
I mean, at a certain point, probably one of Fred VanVleet or Jalen Green are going to go. So in terms of an opportunity with minutes, there will eventually be a direct path of minutes. But even with them there, I mean, and some of the other guys on that team, Cam Whitmore to a lesser extent. But what I'm saying is their alpha scorers are big-time alpha scorers, right? They are throwback volume shooters, volume scorers. It totally benefits them having a guy like Sheppard who, doesn't need a high volume of shots, but can really maximize whatever looks that he gets. I mean, it's not very often that you have a shooter that comes out of college shooting well above 50% from 3, on high volume.
I believe the last one was Glenn Rice, right?
Right. Glenn Rice Sr. Okay.
He's got a senior card now. He's on his pension.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, right. And then again, right, he is somewhat of an anomaly, right? 6'2", but with one of the the highest verticals in the entire draft. I mean, he's not, devoid of athleticism, and he is one of the most tenacious defenders in this draft class. He seems to check all the boxes that the Rockets are looking for. So kudos to them.
Yeah, I like the pick. Obviously they were in Kevin Durant trade talks, and that would have probably required this pick. So I'm kind of glad that they're gonna keep this pick. I don't like the fit with Kevin Durant. I don't like them going all in with their core at the moment. I think I like just continuing to build economically with what they've got, and this probably means that they're going to do that. So I'm a big fan of this pick.
Yeah. Like I said, at a certain point, they'll be able to balance the books if they flip VanVleet. Like I said, VanVleet's a great veteran to kind of get them organized and get those young guys playing winning basketball. But I mean, he's not long. I don't see him being long for that team. He's just a high-end, connective piece, put it that way.
We're back.
Right.
We're almost there, man.
What's his role? I mean, is he a 10, 15 minutes a game guy? Is he 20 minutes, 25? What do you guys think?
Are you talking about Sheppard?
Yes.
I think by mid-season, he's at least 25 minutes per game.
Right. Okay.
I mean,
so he's playing a big role, right? He's big.
Yeah. I see no reason why.
Who's got the 4th pick, Nick?
The San Antonio Spurs. At the first of their 2 elections. Oh man.
No, I mean, not who's got it, but I mean, who did they draft? Did they pick yet?
Bro.
Stephon Castle.
What?
Out
It
of
must
the
be,
University of
it must
Connecticut.
be happening, huh?
Do you say it now?
San
Right?
Antonio.
What did I say?
Uh oh.
Okay,
That-
now I've just like
I
really set
love
myself
this pick
up for
for them.
disappointment.
I'm just mad we didn't get the Hornets to get it.
You
I
do or
mean,
you do not like the pick for
Damn,
them?
bro. I love the pick for them. I love the pick. It's an amazing fit. That team's gonna be insane defensively, right? They've got the second best defensive player in the draft, behind Ryan Dunn, and a solid playmaker. I believe he has playmaking potential. He could be some kind of play some kind of playmaking role for them, which I like. Obviously they need it on that team. But yeah, I look forward to watching this team, man. I'm just a little bit bummed out that I'm not gonna be able to watch Stephon Castle on the Hornets.
I mean, if the rumors are true that the Spurs, their ideal haul from this first round is to get out of the first round with both Stephon Castle and Devin Carter. I mean, it really, especially the number of
might do,
times they
man.
brought him in to work out, it really seems like this is double dipping in a great way. I mean, I love it.
Defense,
I love it.
if they pull that off, the defense is insane, man.
Yeah. I mean, they have a lot of options they could have gone, trading one of those to trade down, combining those to trade up. But if they stood pat, I like that. If that's in fact what they do at 4 and 8, obviously I like Castle. Like I said, I may be setting myself and Michael up for disappointment. We've hyped up Matas for several weeks, if not months now. And he's right there. Now, this is what we talked about, Michael. This is talk about missing out on someone or passing over someone.
Yeah, because now we're in a position where Detroit is either going to draft or they're going to trade the pick, but we can get Matas. You know what I mean?
It depends how far down they're trading. Because see, again, Klingen's on the board now. Right now, you have all those teams. The same thing for the Hornets. If the Pistons end up making a selection, then the Hornets, I would advocate then that they should trade down, depending it's not too far down, right? I mean, if they're trading from 6 to 9 with Memphis, fucking do it.
We'll see how that goes.
I mean, we've also had links to Tijan Salon.
You mean Dalton
this
Knecht?
pick. So I could see them trading down to acquire him. Especially with Memphis, if Donovan Klingen is on the board.
Yeah.
Stephon Castle. Congratulations.
It really just got announced on the actual show.
To the new gentleman
What's up?
joining the NBA.
It only just got announced on the actual show. That's crazy. That's
what I'm saying.
Those links to Julian and whoever else is going to jump on with us. We got some guests coming on onto the show, which is going to be exciting. Look forward to that.
We got Cody
from the lead.
Game Break Now.
Somebody joining in. Here we go.
All right, these next two picks, I'm turning my notifications off. I'm not looking. All right.
I am.
These next two picks. No, these next two picks we're going to listen to organically, all right? Pistons Hornets. We're going to get it organic.
Oh, I'm thinking you saying that it's about to be a trade between us, like just people on Twitter, man. Let's see here. The Shams announced it yet? Well, this is the Shams draft that we doing. We're not doing ESPN. We're not chiming in at the same time as ESPN, huh? Sorry, Woj. You automatically take the L today. If
the Spurs can walk away with Stephon Castle and Devin Carter, it's an A+ draft. It is the best result of the draft, right?
Yeah.
And they're definitely the winners of the draft. They can walk away with that. I look forward to seeing if it happens. I'd love to watch them next year, man. If they can get Devin Carter, they're a playoff team for me already. Even in the West. And the West is strong. We all know that.
Man.
Oh man, I'm in a Hornets group chat right on Twitter, and everyone is just going crazy.
on. Let me make sure I keep up with Shams.
Every cuss word in the book is flying out of here.
Come on, Shams.
Con, did you tweet out the link?
Doing it right now.
All right.
Oh wait, we have a trade to announce.
Wait, what?
Nah.
Trade to announce.
No, I'm messing with y'all.
Fuck you, dude, man.
Oh man,
We have a trade to announce. The Detroit
yeah. No, Mike's doing
Pistons,
the call outs from now on.
the Detroit
Mike will
Pistons are drafting Bronny James with the number 5
Oh,
pick
That's
and
crazy.
sending them to the Lakers for LeBron James.
That's just counterintuitive.
It's like backwards.
At least say like AD or something, man.
The first man to ever get drafted for his son. I mean, traded for his son. LeBron James.
That would be crazy. That would be
It's
actually
one of a kind. You'll never see it again. You know that'll be the thing. Instead of LeBron is the only one to play with his son, it'll be he's the only person to get traded for his son.
That's mental. That's mental.
Yo, shout out to Kobe. Yeah.
Oh,
Usually I do.
body armor.
Usually I.
Is
yeah,
body
usually-
armor any good, man? They don't sell it over here.
I mean, usually I do sugar free, but it said tropical passion fruit, so I wanted to taste it. So I let the sugar be there.
Man, I love passion fruit. We have a massive
Yeah, me
passion
too.
fruit line around my house. Goes all the way
Yeah.
around. We get like
Mhm.
last summer we got like 400 fruit off it. It was mental.
See, plus you in Australia, so y'all got that good, potent,
We got
real.
that soil.
Yeah, y'all got the real stuff. Uh-oh. They like really real deal. Ain't Shams don't got nothing.
They ain't
ESPN don't
leaving
got nothing.
bro.
Nothing. Detroit, what are you doing? This 2 minutes, I'm sure it ran up. That's on this screen in real time. Because this is the delayed, you know what I mean?
Looking right now for who will be their selection with this pick. What's the timeline in which we could see
Dude,
the head coach
honestly,
Malika,
we're old enough to know what that means. No, turn that
It's
down.
a trade.
There's a
It's a
trade
trade.
happening. There's a trade
Yeah,
happening, dude.
it's a trade.
Oh wow.
Because my whole thing is we would like Matas. To me, he reminds me a little bit of Chet Holmgren. He would actually fit with this team. I wouldn't mind developing him, but I don't want to develop nobody. If it's not him or Dalton, I don't want nobody else. You know what I mean?
Wait.
So
Hold on. Maybe we're wrong.
uh-oh.
Maybe we jumped.
Maybe
the gun.
we're wrong.
Hold on.
Maybe we jumped the gun.
Oh
Uh-oh.
man, I'm praying it's a
Uh-oh.
trade. That means Klingon getting
Uh-oh.
drafted and we get Matas. Come on, baby.
Oh my God! With the number 5 pick.
I said
in
it.
the
Did I not
NBA
say it?
draft, the Detroit
I said it on our.
Pistons are
I said it on our
selecting
Pistons.
Ron Holland.
Wait, actually,
Yeah.
what? That's massive. What?
Yep.
That's the biggest fumble of the draft, undoubtedly. I mean, you could have traded back to like. Oh, sorry.
Didn't
I mean, that's not even
we
that bad of
better
a
be
pick, guys.
trading back?
And
could've
Woj
traded
is
back.
confirming.
Con-
Woj is confirming. The pick
You
is
could've
for the
traded back
Pistons.
to,
They're
like,
not trading it.
10. Oh my! The Charlotte Hornets are on the clock. The Charlotte Hornets are on the clock. Oh my god! Here
This
we
is
go.
tragic.
This is. Oh my god!
Bro,
Oh
no.
my mood just shifted.
I am high on Ron Holland. I agree though in terms of maximizing the draft pick as as an asset. I agree with Nick. They probably could have traded back, probably with Memphis, right? Trade back to 9 and still get Ron Holland. But I still like Ron Holland, the prospect. You know,
Ron Holland's a good prospect. He's at best at end of the lottery guy. What is one thing that Ron Holland does better than Matas Buzelis?
I definitely think he has better playmaking skills.
Than Matas.
I think yes. Yes.
Okay. Agree to
I
disagree.
think I think it has definitely a better court vision. Yeah, I mean I see the upside for both of them. I like Matas better, but I mean I had Holland very high on my board too. Like I don't hate this, but I agree with you. Like I don't think I mean it's hard to say because we don't know. We're not privy to these things. The only last report we saw about Ron Holland was that they said Ron Holland could expect a draft or a drop, right, in the draft. So this is the opposite.
Okay.
He went higher, but
I am so sad right now. I'm so sad. Like, why can't I have the thing? I got Cade, I guess. I wanted Ivy. I got Ivy. We stumbled and got Duran. Nah, I like Duran. Whatever. This is why I did.
I'm
This is
ready.
why I didn't want to get excited because they're not gonna do nothing but disappoint me. So I don't want this to turn into another situation where it's somebody I wanted and the person before and or after them. Go ahead.
That's
Adam
crazy.
Silver.
Look, I mean, all I'm gonna say is,
Ron
Don't-
Holland II.
oh, man.
From Dallas, Texas.
Another Texas boy.
Oh man.
Like Cade.
Look,
Do you want to be spoiled, or
no. I'm hearing this organically. I'm sorry.
Why are they playing Eminem?
This is crazy.
I like how my
Oh my god, I'm ready.
You better
I'm ready.
lose yourself in the music the moment you want it.
Mike's losing his mind.
You better never let it go.
was I not right though, Michael? Did I not say Ron Holland? Did I not say Ron Holland would be a legitimate target? I know the way Trajan Landon thinks, man. Okay. Like, dude.
Oh
Um,
man.
What, can you at
my
least acknowledge I
computer-
was right? Shane?
My computer is acting up. It's my. Do y'all see the fuzz? Can you hear me? I don't. I'm pissed. I wanted my ties. Like, what's wrong with?
Oh my. Okay. I better look at my hopes up.
That's a
because
sweet
I'm
charm he
surprised
got
when
on.
people do this.
Love that.
Oh,
charm. That
wait,
boy
no,
go
I mean-
hard.
All reports say that they're focused on 3 guys, right? Stefan Castle, Reece Shepherd, and Dalton Connect, the Hornets, right? I'm not sure if that means that that's all they're interested in, or they just weren't expecting Montas to fall to them. I'm assuming it's the latter, but I don't want to celebrate too early. His best belief, I'll rip off this jersey and hat the moment they select Dalton Connect, if it happens, man.
Yes, sir. Wait, did I have it like wrong? What's going on here?
Look, Mike, I mean, it ain't that bad, Mike. I mean, there's better players on the board, but it's not like you ended up with a bad pick. It's not a bad pick, man.
And he was a top recruit coming out of high
I
school.
mean,
It's-
everybody's saying we got a good pick.
It's a good pick, man.
This
It's
has got a
just
good
better
pick.
guys on the board, and you could have probably got more assets. But I mean, I love this. I love this. Hornets, I kind of like it for the distance.
They turn over almost like a
If that's their guy, then they got their guy. Right? I mean, maybe they just don't believe in Matos. It worked out. Both of them. Maybe they saw something in Ron they didn't see in Matos.
This is a this. I don't know. I need to watch more tape.
No, I'm glad that we filmed this because in about 3 years, I'm going to show this to you again. So you can be like, man, Conrad, I was so foolish. I was so wrong about Ron, dude. You know,
So who's he replacing?
I'm not saying nothing about. I like Ron as a prospect. I just think there's better guys on the board.
I grew up around a competitive family. Super.
Namely, Matos Lucius.
Really, just a lot of competing with anything when it comes to playing basketball, going in the street to race, and
I don't think he's replacing anyone, Michael. I think we're adding. You're adding to. You know, your developing core.
So I gotta
I
take
just
a
don't
look
like
at the
because, I mean,
sideline because there's
you need
people
shooting,
preparing
and
for this. You're 18.
Ron Holland doesn't shoot, man. I think Dalton Connect's a better pick.
Some people say I have a old soul.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
coming from
see.
me.
Listening to all my parents listen to
No spoil on this big boys.
I really enjoy listening
Ooh,
to it.
24%. He shot 24% from the 3-point line and with the ignite.
Yes, he did, Mike. Yes, he did.
We got Ivy, we got him, and we got Asar, aka Comet Thompson.
Pull them
That's my
all
guy,
together.
though. And all together on the same team. Yes, we got a
And
shooting
Duran,
coach,
and
but
Duran.
damn. He gonna want to raise. He gonna be like, I gotta help all of these dudes shoot.
Oh man.
I need a damn raise. Good Lord.
Okay.
I mean, 18 years old is cool, but like, so, okay, so at 21, Con, he's gonna be who he's supposed to be at 21. We gotta wait. This is what I'm not. This is the part of it that I'm not excited about. We gotta wait 3 years for him to become.
You're
4
making it,
years
but
for
you're speaking as if there aren't other players already ahead of him. You see what I'm saying? Like they're all developing, right?
Yeah.
And then they're all right because inevitably, I told you, I don't believe all those young guys on your team are going to be here by the end of this season. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
people will be going out, people will be coming in. Obviously, Holland is a guy coming in and stepping up into a bigger role.
Right. Well,
I mean,
like a good neighbor.
everybody has their own opinion. But again, like last night, you know, one of our draft peers, Stone Hansen, he has Ron Holland #1 on his board. And for what it's worth, I respect Stone's opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
know?
Ron Holland is definitely a good prospect. People have him. I know heaps of people have him #1 that I respect as well, man. I mean, and he was #1 on people's boards 12 months ago, like almost consensusly, right?
Yeah.
wow.
Try any of our large Chicago Italian style recipes for just $12.
Wow.
Let's go on, yo.
No one out Pizza's the Hut. Hi, we're visible.
Okay, I could turn this down. When do we pick again? Pick 50,000.
I would expect that you're gonna. Ooh. I mean, I could see us
We're gonna-
trading Aki, man. I don't like how long is it taking.
Too long.
I know. Shams finally came through. With
Okay,
some info.
everyone, just settle down, calm down.
The Hornets got my time.
Everyone's be calm.
The Hornets got my
Oh,
time.
man.
Are we even close? Are they is like Adam Silver walking to the thing? Or-
No, that's why he's so hyped. You saying everybody calm down? What? Y'all got my time?
Everyone calm down. Everyone stop freaking out.
No,
Everyone
we're not
stop
gonna
freaking out.
stop. We're not gonna stop. Oh my God! What?
wow.
Charlotte,
Okay, now you just tease me, Mike.
Charlotte has selected. I hope you're happy. Are you want me to announce it?
No, man, I'm watching the live stream. This is one of those moments I remember in my Hornets fandom, man. I don't have many memories, right? You gotta remember, I've only been around this block twice. I've only had 2 years of NBA fandom. Freaking out.
You happy about the pick?
Me?
I haven't seen it yet, man. They're doing
You
some
ain't seen
Snapchat
it yet.
filter.
Oh, you about to
They're doing some Snapchat filter
you
thing.
about to tear
Look
that
at the
you about to
cameras,
tear that
man.
room down. You about to tear that room
What
down.
is
You better-
this?
I know, dude. Why is Adam Silver taking forever, man?
Oh, we doing the Adam Silver thing now. We not doing Shams?
Well, he
No,
wants
this
to
one.
do. He wants the anticipation for Charlotte specifically.
Oh, okay. Oh.
What? Are you guys watching this stream right now from ESPN?
Yeah, it's on commercial.
What is this?
Ladies and gentlemen, get prepared
What is this?
to watch Nick be upset.
We're gonna make this into a YouTube short.
What is this? What is this?
Nick is going to be
Man,
upset.
ESPN
ladies
gotta
and
step it
gentlemen.
up, man. They can have us next year. NBA should hire us next year. We'll do their live show for them.
Yeah, on time.
That one was crying. Or is that a
No
filter?
commercial
That's a filter.
breaks.
She's happy.
I don't know how to respond to this. What?
What's up?
Huh?
What?
Hey. Cute. I'm sorry. I know this is killing the anticipation, but I'm just like,
I
I'm
love
sorry,
all
I'm
the
sorry.
texts I'm receiving from people who aren't very draft savvy, asking me who the fuck a lot of these people are.
I mean,
Right, because I mean, right? Like you didn't see Ron Holland in college, right? You're watching like what's on TV. You don't
Okay,
see G League
okay,
games very often.
fix it.
uh-oh.
So
Woo! Did you see his face? It went.
there you go. You guys can commiserate. You guys can commiserate together. You know.
I mean, I didn't really know who. I just wanted who I wanted because they look like highlight boys. You know what I mean? So How are you
I
feeling,
like the
Nick?
pick. I like the pick. If you
no,
told
you
me,
don't. No, you
no.
don't.
No. Stop. Let me justify this, right? If you told me coming into the draft that we would end up with Tijon Salon, I'd be happy because I thought we were getting Dalton Connect, right? Now, considering who else was on the board, similar to your pick, I don't like the pick. But all things considered, I don't hate it, right? I like it. I like the player. I like the prospect, and I look forward to seeing what he can do in Charlotte.
So
I'm
apparently,
frustrated 'cause
Charlotte
it's not Martas, and I had my heart set on Martas, but
turned down trading down one spot.
Yep, they did.
Portland was
What?
offering to offer something, they said, like more draft capital or whatever, to trade up one spot to get Klingon to make sure nobody leapfrogged him.
Yep.
And Charlotte did not. So just not to be a buzzkill, but that was actually the first report that came in. That's why I was like laughing. I was like, oh my God. Because if they're not taking Klingon, then why the fuck would you do that? But whatever, man.
that is, oh man. I mean, maybe it was the actual deal, right? Maybe they just didn't like what they were getting in return. Maybe it wasn't the 7th pick in return. That's very possible.
I mean, possible, unlikely, but you know.
Okay.
Okay,
right.
Portland is taking Donovan Kling with the 7th pick. Come on, man. Come
Yeah.
on.
Okay.
Oh,
Pistons, can we trade somebody and get another pick? Or 2? Or 3?
This is what I'm saying. Like,
I want Montas, man. I want Montas.
I don't know. I mean, the Pistons good. What? It's really obviously this is where mock drafts I feel kind of influence and kind of bias how we view the actual draft, right? Because
Oh,
we have like
yeah.
these preconceived notions of where certain players should go, but I mean, part of a GM's job is to not just evaluate the players. You have to evaluate. You have to be able to read the room. So all of this is to say is, you know, the teams that have been upfront about wanting to draft Klingon. Why? Like both of your teams, I feel like there's a missed opportunity here. I mean, I know you don't want to get too greedy. Sometimes don't get too cute, but it's like, dude,
just capitalizing their assets, man. I mean,
exactly.
I
You know,
we aren't a part of these calls, right? These guys who are GMs are NBA, but they are basketball savants. They are geniuses of the game, right? They're the best minds that the game has to offer for the most part, right? We do not give them as much credit as they deserve. However, if there is something on the table, right, 100% something on the table to trade back one pick, it not affect who you take, and to gain additional assets, then
Right.
I don't know what you're doing, right? I mean, maybe you think that Portland is trying to is bluffing. Maybe they don't want Klingon, right? Because they already have DeAndre Ayton. Maybe that's something's going into the process, right? But even so, I mean, all of these guys are in a similar tier. So even if you get bluffed, you still walk away with a similarly talented player. And either way, you still would have walked away with one of Martas, Klingon, or Salon for the Hornets. Right?
Right.
So they're all on the same tier for me. So even if they are bluffing, even if you don't walk away with who you wanted, right, and and Portland bluffs, I still think it's a terrible choice. Terrible choice to not make that move. I mean, even if we don't, as I said, even if we don't end up with who we want, it's such a lateral change, such a lateral move.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, it's just bad. It's not bad GMing, man. I like what Jeff Peterson's done so far. The newly appointed Hornets GM, but I think this is the first poor move. Obviously, we don't have all the details. We don't know what the Portland offer was, right? We can't be sure. They might have tried to dump some kind of bad contracts in exchange for giving us a couple of extra second-round picks on top. That's something that's happened in the past, right? In terms of moving back and forth between picks. But for the most part, just at face value from what the information that we have, it's a horrible fumble from both Trajan Langdon and Jeff Peterson.
Yeah. Agreed.
The pick is in.
The pick is in. Mike, do it for us.
Well, with the number 7 pick, the Portland Trailblazers select Donovan Klingon of UConn, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
2-time national champion, 23-24 all-tournament team, as ESPN is explaining to me. To
But
all
what does
of
this
us.
mean for the Blazers? I mean, I've seen them linked to him for a long time, but what does this actually mean for the Blazers? I
Let's
mean,
ask the Incredible Con. Incredicon.
because they got two guys that are starting quality centers on very good teams,
I'll trade DeAndre Ayton.
and it's not just Clingan. They've been linked to Zach Edey as well. Con's smiling. I don't like that smile. What's going on, Con? What are you looking at?
What? Oh no. I agree. I mean, I felt like DeAndre Ayton. Yeah, I mean, I never saw him being there long term. So, I mean,
Aiden?
yeah, with Portland.
Yeah. I mean, I thought they've done well to rebuild his value. I mean, they could probably get a first round pick for him, maybe some future assets. It's a young player. It's just the contract that's gonna be hard to drop. So to gain on those future assets, you're gonna have to take on a pretty hefty poor contract.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how that goes for them. But I also saw them linked to Zach Edey. So yeah, I think this is more with the 7th pick, of course. I think this is more so them not wanting Ayton and Williams than it is that they really, really like Clingan.
Right.
But yeah, so it is the Spurs on the board now. Devin Carter is still available, right? As expected.
The Spurs
Maybe
are some
linked to him.
damn cheaters, man.
They got they could get Martas. Oh my! If they walk out of here with Martas,
Oh, I'm turning.
And-
I'm going to sleep if they get my time.
Stephon Castle,
night.
man, I'm
You know
mad,
what?
man.
That's probably jinxing it. That's
mental.
probably making sure that they get him. Just even saying that. We know how Pop is.
I mean, maybe Martas has shown something in workouts that's causing him to slide. I mean, there's a good chance he could have gone
I mean, he is kind
top
of
3,
like,
top 4, top 5.
I ain't dissing him, but he kind of frail right now. You know what I mean? Like, he is a project. Like, it's gonna take. I don't know if he'll be able to get that Chet Holmgren strength, because Chet was able to just sit out a year, be with the team for a year, and just be able to see, like what's required of him strength wise, and just pretty much what he needed to add to his game by being right there next to the game as a rookie, but not officially included as a rookie. So if it's Matas.
All right. Before we announce this pick, we have Cody.
You're gonna sleep soon.
Joining us.
We're gonna be point right. You're gonna
Welcome to the
announce
show.
this.
Welcome to the show, Cody. You've joined the hellhole, man. We're going crazy.
No, so what's good, Cody? We're gonna let Cody announce the latest pick.
Yeah, you go for it, Cody. Your mic's muted, by the way.
San Antonio Spurs.
San Antonio has about 2 minutes left on the clock. We'll see if they go wing or if they go guard help. I think they can address it with both at the 8th pick. Matas
Cody,
is
are
on the
you
board.
watching the ESPN stream, or are you looking
I
at the Woj and Shams?
No, I muted Woj and Shams. I have to go
man.
live reaction.
You wanted to, yeah, that's kind of how I was feeling. Yeah, you gonna
My
make me
bad.
do it too.
No,
You
you're
make me do it
good.
too.
You're good. You're
Yeah,
good.
you go for it, man.
But I mean, do you think? I don't know if they anticipated Matas still being on the board.
Not at all, man.
What do you think,
I did
Cody?
not
Do you
see any
think they should have been? You
That's
think
a
they still
split.
go with maybe Devin Carter?
No. I think they go Matas. I think they're in a lucky position where the Pistons took Ron Holland, which was pretty surprising. I had him 2 on my board. I see it, but where is the shooting going to come from on that team? They have to address it. They have to address it.
Like, I mean, you said the Pistons.
Yeah.
I guess we're depending on Fred Vincent to turn like he did Herb Jones, and supposedly they're saying Brandon Ingram and Lonzo Ball. They're trying to say that he's going to transform our players into better shooters. So he's got a lot of work ahead of him because he's got a lot of people.
I shall repeat.
Like,
I shall remind you, right? Asar, and I love him. 18.3%, and that was with him getting hot in the second half of the season.
Oh, the pick is in. The pick is in. The pick is in.
Pick is in.
Let's see. Here we go. Oh, a little premature. My bad, guys. They're showing Rob Dillingham.
Right. I mean, I think it's going to be closer than most people expect. I mean, Martas is probably the better prospects, but they could be wanting to win now. They have Victor Wembanyama. This guy is potentially a top 10 player next year, right? they could be looking to make moves in the West now, and Devin Carter is that player for them.
I think they're a playoff team next year, at least a play-in.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, the West is tough, but it's close. I mean, they should be looking to contend, right? They should be looking to contend with Wembanyama immediately, and they've done well with that so far. Stephon Castle was an amazing pick, a win-now pick. Yeah, I'd love to see where they go from here. They could definitely walk out of here as the winners of the draft.
I had Stephon at 4. I was pretty happy. I'm 5 for 7 right now. With this pick, I had them taking. Let me think. Oh man, drawing a blank. That's tough. Sorry, there's too much going on. Okay, the pick is in. I'll get back to you guys. I'll get back to you guys. Rob Dillingham. There was the guarantee.
They selected Dillingham?
They took Dillingham.
Yes.
Dillingham. That's
Wow.
really interesting.
I
This
hate
is
that, man.
What happened to
That is
Fon
the
Fast
one of
worst
these-
scenario.
none of
That
these
is the
mocks have
worst-
been going the way that they were
yeah.
supposed to.
I mean,
Did
No,
not
no.
see
What
them
do you-
taking Dillingham. There's another L.
Just pick one. Then it was.
look, I mean, I was all for taking 2 point guards, right? I mean, you really need a point guard, so why not take 2 just see what happens, right? Dillingham is probably the worst point guard in lottery consideration, in my opinion. I mean, one of my mates, right? The way I had,
Wait.
I had a conversation with one of my friends about this, right?
Can I
And the way
interrupt you
I
real quick?
explained it-
Just
Yeah.
real quick. He's not going to San Antonio.
Whoa. Okay,
He's,
what's
he's
up? What's
being
the trade?
he's being traded to Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the trade there?
Coming up. What?
Yeah,
Give me some
yeah.
details. Give me some details.
I'm seeing that part of the league.
Right now, that's
conversation.
that's all that Woj has got right now.
That's
He's
nasty
going.
to the Timberwolves.
Yeah, he's
See, I like
going
that.
to Timberwolves.
I like that. But
Yeah, wait.
I'm still
Um,
I went
still the
point
same
guard
on
last
Dillingham.
night with.
I mean,
mean,
they're
he's still
picking.
a poor prospect.
Yeah,
I
I mean, Minnesota's picking 27, so there's got to be something else obviously attached to that. There's no way it's just.
Yes.
I mean, well, I don't know if it's a player or something. But
they
see,
want
okay,
draft
that makes more sense.
Jaden McDaniels. Jaden McDaniels could be involved in this. I mean, they might not want to pay him. They're very high over the second apron as of this offseason. But as I was saying about Dillingham, man, I had a conversation with my friend about him, and the way I explained it was, I have a mate who is also 6'1", 170, right? And the way I explained it was, imagine if we dropped this mutual friend of ours in the NBA tomorrow, right? We gave him all the talent in the world, right? Everything you could everything you could want from a basketball player, right? But we dropped him into the NBA tomorrow at his size. What do you think would happen? He would be
get traded.
shattered into a million pieces. There is no way you can functionally have a point guard like that on a winning team. Now, however, the best team to do that with would be the Timberwolves, considering they have Rudy Gobert and Cat, 2 good center defenders.
Yep.
I still don't love it though. Just in terms of prospects. But I'm excited to see how he fits in, man. I mean, Mike Conley's getting older. He could have that starting role by the end of next year if all goes well.
That's interesting.
Yes,
Cody.
So I broke this. I broke this news. I broke this news about a month ago, a week ago. Right, Zach Edey had a promise in the top 10. Everyone clowned me. Right, everyone says I was making up news. I didn't have sources. Memphis has selected Zach Edey with a 9th overall pick.
That's
Nice.
That's
I like
exciting
that.
to me, man.
I like
I'm
that.
officially breaking my first bit of news, man. That's massive. I'm just really happy about that.
I'm still really curious as to what the Spurs are getting for.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay,
At
Oh, it
8.
came through.
the Timberwolves are trading a 2031 unprotected first round pick and a 2030 pick swap to the Spurs for Dillingham.
20-30.
Yeah. So they are not parting with the 27th overall pick today.
So they
They
sent
retained
something
their-
7 years out.
I love that. That's massive for the Timberwolves. I love that trade for the Timberwolves, and I don't hate it for the Spurs. I mean, you've got picks now that you can flip later down the line for more assets when Wembanyama and co is actually a legitimate contender, not just a contender to make the playoffs, but a championship contender, right? I mean, I don't see the Spurs making that pick 8 years from now. I mean, I know it's hard to predict, but I mean,
I would flip
to
one
make
of
that.
those first for Cam Johnson, man. You know,
they very well could. I mean,
yeah.
oh man, that'd be great for the Nets. The Nets have had an amazing offseason so far, which is crazy to say because 2 weeks ago I was clowning them for being the most directionless and empty franchise in the NBA. But they've done a fantastic job so far, and we will discuss that in the next episode of the Box Score podcast. Right.
4 years, 100 million for Nick Claxton. I mean, that's a pretty
I saw
good
that.
deal.
I love that.
You know, and I'm all about. I don't. If I were him, I'd do the same thing. I'm young. I can win a ring some point later in my career. I want the money first, man. So
look, I mean, yeah, as I said, I love the roll season. I mean, they have a treasure trove of picks, right? So they have the next two first round picks of their own, right? So it won't be a situation similar to this year. So now they can actually tank out, get potentially 2 franchise guys, right? Over the next 2 years, and then actually look to compete again and not have to worry about bottoming out for more picks because they don't have their own picks, right? But now they have a treasure trove, an array of first round picks similar to what the Thunder have done. And I love their future now. I love what they're doing over there. And Cam Johnson could average like 28. Cam Thomas could average 28 next year. I look forward to seeing that. It won't be a good 28, but it'll be a fun 28.
All right, boys. I'll be right back.
yeah, no worries, man.
That's my first time officially breaking news, and it was. I've been freaking out because there's a lot of smoke and mirrors over the off season, the draft season especially, right? And I was just praying that I wasn't being fed smoke and mirrors because it's my first time trying to say, sources this, sources that, and I didn't want to damage my credibility permanently. Man, I'm really glad how this has happened, man.
This phone is on blast, bro. It's going crazy right now. Now Nick sending something in the discussion.
I'm just flexing that I had the insight.
I see.
I'm 15, man. This is cool to me. This is all new. Oh, I'm thrilled.
But yeah.
I love that, and I love the pick for the Grizzlies too. It's a great pick. You need a center. He provides everything you want. He doesn't have the highest ceiling, but I mean, the best way I could describe it is quoting Kevin O'Connor. He's Jonas Valanciunas with 7 inches on top. Pause. But I mean, he's a massive guy, and that's massive for them. I think they could look to contend as early as this next season in the West, right? I mean, they were viewed as contenders 2 years ago. They had an off year this year with all the injuries. If they can come back and be healthy with Zach Edey at the 5, I love this for them. Mike, are you still there?
Mm-hmm.
Utah has selected Cody Williams with the 10th overall selection.
Where the hell is Matas going? Why has he not been picked yet?
I told you he might fall. If he fell past 6, I told you he was going to fall.
I mean, not to give anyone false hope, but the further he falls down, the more attainable he becomes for teams like, say, like the Pistons and the Hornets. You can
The Hornets.
flip,
That's what I'm thinking.
that's what, like a late pick.
They've been saying they're going to trade. They might trade into the draft for a second first round pick, and that's very realistic now.
Yep.
Yeah.
But anyway,
This
going
is a
to
weird
it.
draft. This is the most weird draft ever. Go ahead, Con. I'm sorry to cut you off.
It was always going to be.
Such a
This
weird
is just
draft.
the class is just so. Everyone is on such similar tiers, right? I mean, there's obviously a massive amount of tiers, right? But the tiers are so stacked in. There's so many players within the same tier. Unlike other drafts, where it'd be 2-3 players per tier, at least in the top 10, right? That there was always going to be a lot of movement and unexpected moves.
Every season he became more confident. Those things growing in his game. We talked about how early in his career he was like a
Interesting.
late in his career he's more like a battleship. Either way, he is daunting defensively.
Well, going back to it, I think it's a good. It's definitely a good pick. I think it's definitely a good pick for Utah. Cody Williams.
Pace.
What's that?
He's a great connective piece, man. I mean, I think he's gonna be a great role player next to Larry Markkinen if they're intent on keeping him. I like his fit next to Keontae George. Overall, just a nice fit into the team, and I feel like he could be someone who ends up being one of those. He's not gonna be a star by any means, right? But he could very well develop into a really good, consistent, long-term guy in the NBA. Whether that's with Utah for a long time, whether he moves around, he's gonna be a higher value role player in the NBA. That's the way I look at him.
Yeah. But doing some bookkeeping here. Wait, what? Oh.
Man, so Jake Weinbach just tweeted out, this is the starting five now for the Timberwolves, if Mike Conley isn't starting, of course. Robert Dillingham, top 10 pick. Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Karl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert. And they have a whole lot of younger players as well who are continuing to develop. They're locked and loaded for right now and the future. I love this pick for them.
Yeah. No, I don't think Rob Dillingham, he's not starting anytime soon. He's definitely not starting anytime soon. But I mean, the Timberwolves.
Maybe next year. I'd say so. I mean, Conley's on his decline. He's not someone who's going to decline fast, but I mean, he's getting there.
Right. Yeah. What I'm saying though is he's definitely going to have to start out this first year as a backup. Because no, they're not entrusting him to run an offense in year one. But they have been searching for a successor to Conley. So I do like gambling on the upside of Dillingham. Definitely intriguing. Definitely opens up a lot of possibilities in terms of different style and tempo with which they could play with.
If he can come back next season, 190 pounds, like that's massive for them.
Wait, what?
We got Omar in the chat. He's from the lead. I appreciate you tuning in, Omar. What's up? I mean, if you want to jump on the show with us, just message me, man. I know you do a bit of draft content.
All right. And the Bulls start off this new rebuild era in a good way. So I will announce this one.
I love that,
With the 11th overall pick, the Chicago Bulls select the hometown kid, Matas Buzelis.
I love that, man. Him staying home. I love that. I love players staying home. He just seems like a Chicago guy. I love this next to Josh Giddey as well. You've got an elite playmaker. And now you have someone with great length to make up for Josh Giddey's defensive mistakes. And spacing, right? The Bulls team needs spacing. He provides that for Josh Giddey. I mean, I do believe that Josh Giddey can develop some kind of a jump shot, right, in the right scenario.
Right.
We saw flashes of it over the past 2 years where he'll have games where he goes 2 for 4, 3 for 5, right? Just they're rare games, right? But yeah, I do think that Bulls core could develop really well, and I'm liking this Josh Giddey trade more and more. Omar asks, who do you think the Raptors will take? What do you think, Con? That's the 17th pick, right?
I mean, there's a lot of players now still on the board that we probably didn't think would still be there. But I think, yes, at pick 19 is their first pick. I'm going to go with Kel'el Ware. I'm going to say Kel'el Ware. If he's still there, I like that for them. With the Raptors, I just think I like Jakob Poeltl. He's done nothing wrong. He's been great. It's just their timelines, his timeline and the Raptors, they're not matching up anymore, right? If you want to think about it of Raptors lore, when they traded for Marc Gasol, right? That was one of the pieces to kind of put them over the top. And Marc Gasol, it's just where he was in his career. It wasn't conducive for him staying in Memphis with where they were and kind of reshuffling things. I feel like that's what's going to kind of happen to Poeltl. I feel like he'll be a piece for another contender out there. So until he's traded, I feel like they should already start to kind of bring in, kind of like a potential successor. But again, one with some upside, one who can play, different tempos, with playing alongside RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickley. Scotty Barnes. So, I mean, that would be my pick. But again, they can go in a number of directions. You know, I mean, for the most part, outside of those three, I don't think they're beholden to any guys on their roster. So,
I mean, someone I'm considering now that we didn't expect to fall to them, but I mean, Dalton Connect could fall to them, right? And the coach over there, man, I'm blanking on his name. He's the new international guy. Dino,
Rajakovic?
Rajakovic. That's it, right?
Yeah.
I love his offense, right? The movement and the offensive scheme that they run is fantastic, and I think he has the potential to be one of the best coaches of the NBA. He just doesn't have the roster around him right now. And with some spacing, with some shooting, combined with his sort of movement offense, I love that. And I think that would be a fantastic fit for them, especially considering that, from what I know, they're looking to make potentially a play-in push next season. From kind of the moves they're making, the vibe I'm sort of picking up. I mean, either that or they bottom out. There's no in between, right? But they're looking to make a play-in push. Dalton Connect's the guy. He's someone who can start for you right now, knock down shots, provide floor spacing, shoot off screens, off handoffs. He fits into that movement offense really well. He's an elite off-ball mover. Yeah, what do you think about Dalton Connect's fit?
With Toronto?
With Toronto, yeah.
I mean, I think he fits in with pretty much any team, really. I mean, it's not just that he's older and physically mature. His basketball IQ, right? I mean, he's got a wealth of experience. He's seen everything. He's seen different kinds of defensive coverages. He's been in a lot of different offensive schemes. Any rookie takes time to kind of get their bearings in the NBA, but for Connect, I feel like, again, he and maybe Tristan da Silva, I mean, I feel like they're two of the most NBA ready prospects, right? Like, you could put them in a rotation and they'll be able to be productive. So, I mean, yeah, I think he'd be a seamless fit in Toronto. It's just depending like how much upside do you want to go?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think he has more upside than people give him credit for. I just put out an article this morning clowning his upside, right? Because he doesn't have the upside necessary for potentially a top 6 pick, right? Simply just because he's a wing who can't defend, create his own shot, play make for others. All he does is shoot off the move, right? But to his credit, I mean, he's improved every year he's had in college, right? Every single year he's successively gotten better. So what's to say he can't continue to do that at the NBA level? I mean, my biggest knock on him, beyond what I've just mentioned before, is that outside of shooting, the only way he can score is by attacking the basket and attacking smaller and weaker bodied players, right? Who are, for the most part, 4 or 5 years younger than him, right? In college, right? He's a super, super senior. So, I mean, I don't know how well that's going to translate to the NBA. He's simply not.
Right.
He's strong enough to body, 18, 19-year-olds. Is he strong enough to body around, 37-year-old LeBron James, Jason Tatum, those kind of guys, right? That he'll be playing on the perimeter. So I think that's the biggest question with him. But other than that,
Right.
I mean, you have to give him credit. He's improved at every level, from JUCO to getting a shot at D1 at Texas Tech, Texas Christian University, I mean. And then he took it to even another step when he went to Tennessee. Yeah, I think it's interesting. But as I said, I mean, his defense is a massive letdown for him and his stock. I mean, I think he could be a good team defender. The best comparison I can give to his defense is Gordon Hayward, right? That's the way I'm looking at it at the moment. He's not necessarily a great defender. He's going to be someone who's going to be beat off the dribble quite often, right? One-on-one, he's going to falter. He's not going to be a great one-on-one defender. But in a system, in a team defense, he won't be a liability, is what I'm saying, man. That's probably the way I see him projecting at his very best on defense.
I think that's fair.
Is there another pick in?
Not yet. Not yet. I think they took like a recess or something, man.
I did not know I was muted this entire time. I didn't say
Yeah, I was like, what's up with you, man?
Yeah, I've been here. I've chimed in here and there. I was saying something to Omar, but I just started sending them messages on the YouTube chat. His defense is yeah, I agree with that. I mean,
Oh, but-
I wanted Dalton because in Detroit because he just would have fit in, man. Like we already got Simone Fontecchio, and who was he guarding? You know what I mean? So just
Right.
bringing offensive pedigree to the game, bringing a steadiness, knowing your game, and not having to play the game to figure out your game within this league is something that I think will be a luxury for him coming into the league and coming to Toronto. Like he'll be able to fit in with whatever they end up doing. Oh, we're going to start quickly. We're going to have Barrett do this and that on the floor. Or we're going to put him at the 2, or we're going to put him at the 3. Like he'll fit in with whatever's going on because he'll already have that ability coming from playing 4 years in college, man. It's truly underrated because you go from potentially getting red shirted to finally starting to get some burn, finally starting to get some minutes to being the actual focal point of your college team. Like you learn that this process is broke down in phases. It's just not overnight. Like things take time. So what's the wall?
Okay. OKC is selecting Nikola Topic with the 12th overall selection. I love
Nice.
that for them.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Just another
Fuck
guy,
yeah.
man. I mean, Omar
Fuck
just
yeah.
said it. I mean, kind of surprised that no one's taking a risk on Topic. There you go. It's just happened, right? I mean, he's someone who fell due to the injuries, right? And if he can work out, if the injuries can go away, if he can get rid of this injury bug, I mean, it's worrying with his ACL, but we'll move past that. I mean, then he's an elite talent for them. He's a massive pickup and a value pickup at 12. If he doesn't, who cares? Look how much talent you have. Look at the picks you have. It doesn't make an impact, really, if he doesn't work out, right?
Yeah, I mean,
So-
OKC's success is not going to be dependent on any draft
Absolutely
pick.
not.
You know, I mean, they have bigger designs, right? In free agency, and I mean, I'm surprised. You know, I mean, well, not surprised, but with OG Anunoby re-upping with the Knicks and Claxton re-upping with the Nets, you know, I feel like those are the types of players they would have been targeting in free agency. So, I mean, what I'm saying is whomever is still left that they feel could fit their roster and what they want to do specifically in the front court, I mean, they have the means to spend, you know? So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. I have no problem with them taking Topic. And again, right? Just like we saw with Giddey, you need to kind of have those guys waiting in the wings, no pun intended, to start bringing them in as other guys leave for more lucrative contracts. So
Yeah, I love this move for them. Massive upside pick. And the downside, who cares? There's no downside. Oh, what happened?
Talking about the downside? Who cares? Man, I'm about to turn this air on. It's hot. And I'm about to go get my water.
But while we're waiting for other picks, I mean, I want to go like rewind because I mean, like, I know the Bulls, they keep saying like Karnisovas, they're all saying that like, oh, they want this to, yes, they're kind of rebuilding, but it's a competitive rebuild. Fuck that. I don't give a shit. You know, like you're gonna suck no matter what. I don't care. You're at best you're gonna be like 10 seed, but what's that 10 seed look like? You know, and
Yeah.
They could say all they want, like, oh, you know, maybe we can, you know.
Just put it on a blog
You know,
real quick. Omar,
no, like no matter what they're saying, I think they're eventually going to move on from Zach LaVine. They're going to move on from Vucevic until further notice, right? Like they're going to be building around Kobe White, you know, for the most, at least being a core piece. And I like that. I like that. So as for Buzelis, I mean, you can make an argument he could benefit from a little bit more structure, but even with those guys, I don't think they were going to provide that structure. You know, what he will have is the freedom to really kind of continue developing on his all-around game, you know, his playmaking. Yeah, again, the Bulls, in my opinion, are eventually going to be like I said, like a blank canvas. They're going to be like here, you know. So it'll be interesting. We'll see what his trajectory is like in that environment. And I know jokes will be made about the Bulls, regardless of whatever they do. But it's interesting. It's an interesting fit. At least his fit with Kobe White. It's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I like what they're doing with the Bulls, man. I mean, I just hope that they don't bring back Jamar. Man, I'd rather let him walk than bring him back. I mean, I just feel like it's a horrible. Whatever deal you're gonna have to sign with Jamar is gonna be a horrible contract, and that's just gonna push you back even further, man. You finally made some moves in the right direction. Don't screw it up by tying yourself into it.
I mean, unless you know they facilitate. Yeah, they facilitate a sign and trade. But I agree.
Yeah,
I don't really.
In that case, then absolutely. But I mean, I'm just saying, bringing him back. If he's on the team next year, then it's a failure of an offseason. I don't care what other moves you make.
Yeah, we shall see.
These Nicolas about to run the league in a minute.
There's a lot of Nicolas now, man.
Yeah,
And Nikola Jurisic, second round.
No, there's
pick.
another one. There is another Nikola in this draft, man.
Nikola
Is
Jurisic
it?
is a great guy, man. I'm praying he lands to the Hornets at 44.
Watch they all be good though, like in their own right. You know what I mean? We got Jokic. Isn't it a Nikola on the Miami Heat
Jovic.
right now?
Jovic.
Yep, Jovic. Topic, like, why is everybody named Nikola? What was going on over there? Like, it would be nice to know if it was like a wave of somebody.
Well,
being
Nikola
famous
is
over
like
there.
the equivalent of like Tom in America, you know?
Okay.
Okay, Sacramento
no,
is in
I-
talks with the Nets and Wizards about trading their pick. So the
Sweet.
Wizards could walk out of here with three lottery picks, and the Nets could trade into the draft.
Who's that coming from?
Evan Siddery. He's I follow him. He's
okay.
very very good source,
Yeah. I
Oh,
forgot.
dude, they're gonna get Cam Johnson, man.
Who?
No, that's my
I love that,
guess,
man.
right? They're gonna
get a
trade
lot of people-
13 and whatever crap for Cam Johnson. You know?
I'm down for that, man. I like that.
I'll be
But,
right back. Man. I'm about to go
Yeah,
get some
as
water
Omar
real quick.
said, man, Devin Carter hasn't been picked yet. Devin Carter is still on the board, and I could see a lot of teams trading up Devin Carter. We haven't seen a lot of trades so far, which was unexpected. I would have thought with this kind of draft, I mean, there'd be a lot of movement, but I guess not. I mean, maybe there's some more to come. Obviously, there'll be some just pointless swaps, you know, 2 future second round picks for 2 different future second round picks, right? But in terms of actual player movement, there hasn't been a lot, and this could be the start of it, right? Have we seen any player movement so far? Players for picks.
Player not in draft prior, right? Because technically, Denny was traded for the 14th overall pick.
Well, I mean, the Timberwolves have probably traded something. Mike Conley might be involved in that, actually.
Yeah, they have not said any details yet.
Yeah, I mean, Sham's gonna get on that, but I mean, this has been an interesting draft so far, man. A lot of surprises. I'm shocked Martha slid to 8. I'm shocked Devin Carter hasn't been picked up. I love the pick for Topic. There's a lot going on right now, man. I'm looking forward to this next pick. There could be another deal.
Yeah.
Know about that. But ultimately, again, Serbia is one of those countries that just
Oh, okay. There you go.
players, and it just especially that
Oh,
entire
they're right. Sacramento's taking Devin Carter with the number 13 overall pick. I love that for them. A good defensive player, right? I don't know exactly where they're ranked in defense, but I know it wasn't very good. They're a great
Bottom
offensive
4.
team. Bottom 4, right. They're a great offensive team, and Devin Carter adds some defense, right? Point of attack defense at the guard position. De'Aaron Fox isn't a horrible defender anymore. I'd say he's passable, but definitely someone else in that backcourt to sort of support them on defense. I love that for them. I actually have Juan Nunez going to them in my mock draft. But after he signed a contract with Barcelona and is set to stay in Barcelona for at least one more year. How do I do it, Omar? Then I think his stock's taken a massive hit, especially considering some of the guys he's playing behind. Tomas Satoransky, Ricky Rubio, two guys who are NBA talent. There's another really great EuroLeague player, man, I'm blanking on him, who's a point guard. Right, so he's going to be the 4th guy in the rotation. I hate that move for Juan Nunez. It's a shame because he was my absolute guy for this draft. But
Right.
we'll see what's going on. Kevin O'Connor just tweeted out his top 5 prospects remaining. Right, Devin Carter, who's officially off the board. He was a bit late on that. But Dalton Connect, Jared McCain, Ryan Dunn, and Bob Carrington are all still on the board. Right, so I'm looking forward to seeing how this works out. There could be a lot of movement, man. I mean, there's a lot of mature age guys here who could contribute to winning teams now that are on the board that teams could trade up for.
I mean, I feel like the Davion Mitchell experiment has to be over now, right?
Oh yeah,
Like-
this is the Davion Mitchell replacement, absolutely.
Yeah, just trade him for whatever you can get. You know, and no offense to him or anything like that. It's just, you know, what his role was projected to be. You know, I think there hasn't been enough consistency.
Send them
to
to Detroit.
merit-
Damn it. I just got back. Hold on. Let me turn this ear on too. My bad, Con. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Nah, you good, dude.
Just trying
You
to get
good.
comfortable. Hold on. Let me turn this ear on.
Just got notification from Evan Sitter. So the Kings are a team to monitor throughout the night. They are looking to trade back into the first round. That's interesting.
Cool.
Omar reckons that Davion Mitchell could be in the package for Cam Johnson. That's interesting. Right, what do you guys think?
I mean, yeah.
What, Davion Mitchell for Cam?
Cam Johnson. Obviously, there's more involved in that, but as a basic
Well, I mean, the whole point of trading Cam Johnson was to accumulate more draft picks, unless they're willing to accept future draft picks. But, you know, I know some teams kind of want to hold those 2025 picks a little tighter, you know, for the time being. Because, yeah, I don't think they really care too much about what players are coming back in return for Cam. I think it's definitely the draft compensation that they're looking for, especially for next year. So actually, I take it back. If they can find some kind of, you know, even if it's a protected pick for next year, it might get the job done. But I mean, if that's the case, there should be a lot of suitors. I feel like the price for obviously Dorian Finney-Smith should be a little bit lower, but I think, you know, he's also attainable. But yeah.
All right, I was waiting on the next pick to come through. Yeah,
Cool. Sacramento?
It's interesting. No, they've made their pick, Devin Carter.
Oh, okay. Making sure.
Hey, Mike, you know your camera's off, right?
No, it's not. Mine's is on for me.
No, it's been off for a while.
Oh no, you've been like a black screen for like 20 minutes, man.
Yeah.
Have I? Let me
man.
let me drop out and come back.
All right, sounds good.
I don't know why it's doing that.
Dalton connect to the Blazers. The Blazers have their 14th pick via the Warriors. I like that, man. I mean, who do you have?
Well, no.
Who do you have in the wing?
No. That pick is now in Washington's possession. That was the pick sent for Denny.
Right. Oh my God. Yes. I totally.
Yes. So it's the Wizards that would be on the clock.
Who do you think the Wizards should take, man? What are your thoughts?
They took Sarr, right?
Well, no. I mean, like with the next pick.
Right. No, I'm saying so they took Sarr. I mean, I would go wing.
Oh man, I just got my school report back.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay. Bob Carrington, with the 14th overall selection, is headed to Washington per Shams Charania. Jordan Poole is out of there. That's now two guards they picked up. Unless Jordan Poole's the 2 guard, which I don't hate because he doesn't have so much creation. But I mean, then again, you're sacrificing so much on defense. What do you guys think, man?
Wait. So far, the Wizards have picked Sarr and Carrington, right?
Malcolm Brogdon as well.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. He's not going to be there.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you, man.
Oh,
All good.
All right.
Oh, I'm mad, bro. Yeah, that's.
Can y'all see me?
That's actually. I was very high on Carlton Carrington at the start of the year. He was in my top 5. He also had that massive start of the year, right, which was very well documented. He was averaging like a triple-double in his freshman year. He was unranked. I don't know if you guys remember, but for the majority of draft boards, he wasn't even in the top 60, top 50, top 100, right? He came out of nowhere at Pitt, averaged on good efficiency, a triple-double for the first like 2 weeks, and then he kind of dropped off. But the flashes were there. I think that's what a lot of teams are investing it in. He still had a decent season, right? I think he was on the all-freshman team for his conference. And I like the pick for the Wizards.
This
Can someone explain to me what Aura is? I don't know what Aura is, man.
what?
Aura?
That's what I'm saying, man. I feel old. What is aura?
What the fuck, dude?
You don't know where Aura is?
What is aura?
The
I
new
keep hearing it, man.
generation don't know where Aura is, Nick. Really?
It's an innate presence.
Yes. It's
Oh,
when you step in
Then-
the room, it's
you sort of feel someone's presence when they enter the room. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, not just that. That's more presence, but it's like I don't know. Who do you hold in high regard? Who's somebody you hold in
Denzel
high
Washington.
regard? Okay, bam. So,
What?
what about you, Nick?
Yeah,
Who do you hold in high regard?
High regard in terms of what?
Just like who's like one of your top favorite people in the world?
Man, that's tough.
This is why he doesn't understand Aura.
No, I mean,
What about yourself?
oh,
You hold yourself in high regard?
see someone like I want to model myself after in terms of like being a good person.
I mean, nah. I mean, if that's
No,
what
someone
you
walks in the
choose-
room,
Oh,
captivating.
someone I want to meet, like that just gives off like aura or presence.
Yes.
LeBron James, Michael Jordan,
Okay. There you go.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, my absolute dream is to. That's why I'm putting so much time into this at a young age. Is I want to be able to go out there and be able to move to the US straight after high school, right? So, I can watch a LeBron James game. That's like my dream at the moment. That's what I want to. That's why I'm working towards that at my age. And I think in comparison to a lot of people, I'm pretty young in terms of this game. But yeah, that's what I want to get to, man. I want to be able to get a sports media job in the US, so I can go to a live game and watch LeBron James, man. I'm praying he signs a 3-year deal, because anything less than 3 years, and I'll never get to watch a game of LeBron James live. And I didn't get to watch Kobe or Jordan even on TV, right? So I really want to make sure I appreciate.
You got YouTube and League Pass.
Oh no, I mean live. I've watched a hell of a lot of tape. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm a basketball historian, man. I love. You should see my wall, man. I got like 40, 50 different in-depth biographies of different players from the 80s and 90s. I'm a massive historian.
Good shit. Good shit.
Yeah, gotta respect the boss, man.
You get a little pass for that. You still kind of new school. Very new school.
That's how I actually got into it, man. I was much more of a reader, and I just started reading
And
about
if you're gonna
biographies,
watch
and then
Kobe games, watch them in a row. You hear me, Nick?
no, not quite, man.
No, I said watch Kobe games in a row.
That's definitely something I've been meaning to do, man. Just gotta find the time. I've watched individual games, but people keep telling me to do that, to watch, back-to-back games. Just see the consistent dominance. Okay, your mic's like fully off now, Mike. Or is that me? I can't hear anyone. Are you talking, Con?
No.
Speak? Oh, no, there we go. All right, all good.
We can't hear you, bro. Yeah. But as for Washington, I mean, I'm a little bit mum, only because, like I said, I don't give a crap who's on their roster currently. Brogdon, Poole, Kuzma. As far as I'm concerned, they're all likely gone. If not this season, next season, next off season. Like I said, this is a clean slate. As far as I'm concerned, right? Alex Sarr, Bub Carrington, cool, and we'll see. What's interesting, though, is that all this time we spent talking about Dalton Connect, now he's falling into the range where there are actual, legitimate playoff teams that need his
Lakers.
services.
I
would rather fuck that, fuck them, dude. I would rather he.
No,
fall
I just
to
generally that's the first example I thought of a good team in the
Orlando.
range.
Oh God!
Yeah,
they
see?
were already saying he was like the Wagner boys.
I
So,
love that, man.
I mean-
Can y'all hear me now? Y'all can hear me now, right?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
We can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Shit
15th
is
overall pick,
backwards, bro.
Miami selects Jared McCain out of Duke.
I love it.
Damn.
Love that for them, man. What do I
You
do?
put Dalton Connect out of the top 10. This is your fault.
What I do is put out an article, man. You can't put it on me.
What's wrong with you?
Hey, not my fault. Hey, if the people listen, it's not my fault, man.
What's wrong with you? You jinxed him.
Hey, maybe it's for the best. Maybe it's for the best. I don't think he's a top
Yeah,
10
it's
talent.
about to be because he about to bust ass in the playoffs. Watch he go to like Denver or some shit, and then everybody
Let's see
gonna
how
be
many views
mad.
that push has.
Oh, he let him fall to Denver, and then everybody gonna be mad about it. Jokic. I might need to get back on my main Twitter account. We got any more guests coming on?
I don't know.
Probably not at this point.
I'm looking around. I'm trying to find people. You said Julian was wanting to come on.
At some point, we'll see.
All right, why don't you send out a link to him? But that post, 203 views, and according to 2,000 and I'm bad at reading numbers, man. 1,200. I swear I have dyslexia, bro. 1,230 views. Where did I get the? Okay. And according to the stats, 30 GMs read the post as well. There's like a little tag there for GMs in the advanced stats metric, and apparently all 30 GMs read my post.
Oh, nice, cool.
So I think me Miami. Wait, what?
Hell yeah,
Miami took Khalil Ware.
yeah.
So that's contrasting reports there. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Sean Sharani, man.
Yeah, but I mean Jake Fisher. I mean he's pretty tapped in, especially to like the Eastern Conference teams. But all right, Khalil Ware. How does he fit into that team, man? Is he like a backup center?
Okay, I'll take this one, man. Jesus Christ.
You take it, man. I'm not super deep in Khalil Ware stock.
No, I mean, like I said, after Klingon, well, at the very least, after Klingon and Sar, I mean, I have Ware as the third best, center prospect in this draft. That's me personally. Elite athleticism for sure. He may look slight of frame, but I mean, he is strong, and that's the thing. His center of gravity is crazy. I mean, his ability to put down like a hard pivot, and he gets max torque on all his shots, whether those are hooks. He doesn't even need to do the jump hook, right? He gets I wouldn't say it's a Kareem sky hook, but I mean his fundamentals are all down. And in my opinion, offense is not his first thing. That's not even his calling card. I mean, he is a rim protector, a great weak side helper. Really fast, light on his feet, ability to step out into the perimeter, switch on the pick and roll. A few of us, Michael, you and I have definitely had these conversations before. Like, is Bam, especially now, right? The news today, Bam signed a 3-year, I think like 155 million extension.
Bam Adebayo is a bag of trash. It's like, no,
Okay, and that's not where I was going with that. But
I was tuned out and I came back in and I hear that.
Bam, yeah, that was the wake up call. But Bam,
Evan Sideri.
What do you want to know about
for the
Bam?
purpose of giving Bam Adebayo a jumbo-sized front-court partner?
Oh,
so that is what I was saying.
He's starting.
Okay, calm down for a second. Right, Michael, what you and I were talking about, what is Bam's better position? Is he supposed to be a full-time center? Is he, right? You believe, and there you go. This is the type of center that he can play alongside, right? To switch, to slide Bam over to the 4. Or they're interchangeable.
Who is? Who y'all?
The Miami Heat selected Indiana center Khalil Ware.
Okay, see, I'm still looking at the pick is in. They didn't say anything yet. Okay.
Yeah. That's my point. That's my point, in terms of, I have lauded Bam about his ability to be a big man who can ice the pick and roll, defend on the perimeter. Now you have 2. So I don't give a crap whether you call one the power forward or one the center, right? You need 2 guys in the front court. Boom. There it is.
He's not going to come make an instant impact, is he?
I think he can.
I think so.
Damn.
I think he could definitely
Okay.
start, man.
Okay. Damn, start.
All right. Omar wants to come on the show. Do you guys want Omar on the show?
Yeah, come on in.
Hey, Omar. Which lead does he write for? Okay.
Nick.
But anyway, now he's but yeah, dude, I think, I mean, of course, every player wants to be drafted as high as possible, but as it goes for Connect, I feel now he's in the range. Like every team picking hella high was like mostly a lottery team,
Mhm.
right? With so much ambiguity up and down their roster. Now he's going to be going, like Nick said, he's going to be the Lakers are coming up, the Magic are coming up. He's going to go to a team where there's already structure and he has a defined role. You know, for all those people saying like, "Oh, Connect, you could be a bust because you know you may not be able to do this." Well, now he's going to go to a team where he's going to do what he does best. You know,
I want him to go to Denver just to piss everybody off.
I think Denver. Well, Denver's picking like late in the first round.
Yeah,
He could, but
Let
I
him
think
drop.
they got some good options for them.
yeah. Let him
You
let
know?
him drop. Let him drop. But watch like New York or somebody pick him. You know what I mean? And then like, oh, we're gonna trade Julius Randle. He thought we were keeping him, and then they're gonna trade his ass somewhere. Watch. Okay. He got a little lively in him. Khalil Ware.
Oh yeah, man. He is.
I mean, maybe not so high intensity, but from what I've seen,
So-
anyway, but not saying that he won't get.
So there you go. That's the thing. Like one of his knocks, you know, throughout the draft process is
Yeah.
questioning his motor. But
Right.
I mean, I truly don't believe he's a low motor guy or an inconsistent. It's just he's just not wired. Like I said, I can explain what he does well on offense, but he's not a go-to scorer. I don't see that ever happening like in his career. I mean, he's
Right.
better as like a complementary and ancillary piece, and that's okay, you know. But I mean, you want your big men to defend. He does it. You know, he does it and he does it well.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Omar writes for Raptors League.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, their picks
Yeah.
coming up, so that's exciting.
Yeah. That's what's up. We need to get him in here before. I wish we had the capability of bringing people up because I could just send him the link. You know what I mean? He part of the team, so I could easily send it to him.
I think
Well,
he
we-
can.
He won't. He could get in, but he won't get pulled until Nick gets back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I could just have it. Hey, Omar, hit me on Slack, bro. Like, you see, I'm the same everywhere. Same logo, opinionated MJ. Just hit me on just hit me with a DM. Just put a period in there or something like that. I'll send you the link, and we could get that going. I don't know who's left that's worth a damn. We really in the part of the draft where y'all are the specialists because I don't know.
Oh, there are definitely prospects I like in this range, and that's what I'm saying, right? Like, this is the part of the draft, especially for like, you know, all these teams at this part of the draft. Most of them are, you know, playoff teams, if not like legitimate contenders. You know, this is where like they can actually draft for need, but like in a good way, you know.
Yeah.
So I actually do like some of these remaining prospects.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Hey,
what's up,
welcome, Omar.
What's up,
What's
guys?
going
How's
on?
everyone doing?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Oh, we're doing great, man.
Doing pretty
Doing
good.
the
Thank you
show.
very much. Happy to be on here.
Any
So,
thoughts thus far?
What are your thoughts? Yeah, for the Raptors
Yeah.
coming up.
Raptors. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I don't really know about the fit, but I really wanted to take Isaiah Collier out of, I think, USC.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just really enamored with him as a prospect. Other than that, I had McCain. I had Khalil Ware, who was just taken.
See,
So, yeah, it's not looking good. I'm not gonna lie. I just have to hope Collier falls to us. McCain, I don't think he's been taken. McCain falls to us. Yeah.
did
I
you
don't-
specifically want Ware, or do you want like a center? You know what I'm saying? Like, would you settle for like the next best center on your big board, or is it specifically Ware?
It was more just a center. Obviously, it was we weren't gonna get Kling and we weren't gonna get Sar. If I had to choose between Edie or Evie or Ware, I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably go to Ware. But
Me too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. The next pick's come in. I've had this guy at 16 in my mock draft all year to the Philadelphia 76ers, right? Jared McCain
oh,
to the 76ers with the
Mm.
16th overall selection. Had him mocked there all year. I love the fit, right? He's a guard who can go in there, provide some instant offense, some shooting, some movement, right? He can play make a little bit, but he's not going to do anything to take away from Tyrese Maxey and what they already have going
All
on
right,
there with
that's
their
all that
guard rotation.
matters.
Fits
Mhm.
in perfectly, man. And I think that he's someone who can start immediately with Tyrese, Joel, and whoever else they decide to add in this offseason, right? He's the perfect complementary piece, and I love this pick for them, man. He could very well end up being one of the most valuable players in the draft. Not the best player, but one of those guys that just adds value to their team, right?
Yeah.
One of those guys that just contributes to winning overall. And I look forward to seeing how he works out in Philadelphia.
That's a big statement.
I'm 100% set in it.
Yeah, you just bigged him up major.
I think he absolutely could be one of the most valuable players in the draft. I mean,
That's a lot of words, man. All right. I'm from the old school of scouting. All right. Here, put it this way, MJ. He's gonna bust some ass. All right. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
That's it, dude. That's
Yeah,
it.
make
You
it
give him the
simple.
ball. Fuck you, man. All right.
Right.
Bounce this thing, man. But Omar, what do you think about like Yves Missy?
Eva Smithy. You know what? I would like the fit. Us spending our 19 on him. Yeah, he's around that range on my big board. He's 21 for me there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind it. Actually, you know what? I think it would grow on me. It's a pick that would grow on me. I'd like calling more McCain. He was just taking more. But yeah, I'd like Missy. It's him and Filipowski are more of like a and B type of in the ranking for me personally.
Two very different styles, man. You know, two very you
No,
know.
but more of like who I want the Raptors to take.
Oh yeah. No, I'm just saying like it's two very different styles of center. There's which
Oh,
is cool. You know, like yeah, being kind of open to diversifying the offense. Let's put it that way.
For sure.
Who's you guys' favorite prospect left, man? I mean, at least in the first round, right? I got obviously my guy Juan Nunes, but he's probably not a first round talent in terms of who's going to be taken tonight. I think he is, but that's neither here nor there. I think Ryan Dunn is going to be a fantastic value pick at the end of the first round. Undoubtedly, in my opinion, the best defender in this draft, inside out overall defender. He's that guy, right? The offense miserable. He can play make a little bit though. He could be a good connective piece on offense, right? And I think if he can develop some kind of jump shot, that's massive for him. And he could be, you know, one of the better 3-and-D guys in the draft. I'm talking OG Anunoby, you know, those kind of guys. He could be one of the most valuable guys in the league. Even if he just becomes, you know, a slightly below league average shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love that for them. A lot of notifications. coming through.
In no particular order, I like Dayron Holmes.
Love that. Yeah.
Again, and he's a center, Mike.
Yeah, because that's why I'm listening in, like, because I've heard about.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's like 6'10" or so. As like 6'10"-ish, center out of Dayton. Just really just strong, extremely strong. Same thing, right? Great lower and upper body strength, you know, above the rim finisher. Just a very throwback, right? Does not get pushed around a lot. Like, just loves contact. Like he absorbs. Yeah. He's looking to absorb contact on both ends. So, I mean, he's a guy who, again, now that he's falling to the range of teams that were playoff teams, it's gonna kind of like, you know, quote unquote, be a steal for some of these teams.
Okay, this isn't from like a valuable source.
Or for Dallas.
Someone in my Hornets group chat is saying that Wizards traded Bob Carrington. Have you guys seen any notifications about that?
Yeah, they did. And the number 16 pick is in too. Jared McCain went to Philly.
Yes, yep.
Yeah.
But what happened with Bob Carrington? He got traded? I didn't see that at all.
No, I don't see anything about that. Not yet, at least. Nothing
Yeah,
from
that's. I think Adam Silver just came and he announced it before the 16th pick. He didn't give all the details though.
What?
I believe he
Oh,
did say.
whatever.
I believe he did say
We'll
that.
wait till it comes through.
Yeah.
I mean, the Hornets have been linked extensively to Bob Carrington. He's someone they've worked him out twice, I believe. He's one of their guys in this draft. I could see them definitely trading up for him. Someone I was that's why I was hoping for Stefan Castle, right? Because I want someone who can step into a point guard duty when LaMelo Ball, not if but when he gets injured, right? Can step in and provide some playmaking because when he's not out there, we're just so lost, right? There's no organization, there's no offense. It's just give Miles Bridges the ball, give Brandon Miller the ball, get the fuck out of the way, right? No movement, no organization, and I think we need someone to organize the offense, and I would love Bob Carrington. I would have loved Stephon Castle, but Bob Carrington is a great pick if we can trade up for him, and I believe that if anyone's going to trade up for him, I mean it's us. Did they mention who they're trading it to? Bob Carrington, Mike?
No, I don't think he's been traded yet, man.
Yeah, I haven't seen any indications of that. I mean, Mike said he heard it, but
Just wait for the official Woj, man.
Yeah, because Stern and it was like
whoa,
it was
and
like
there it
Lakers
is.
Connect. That's massive. I love that.
It was an open ended.
I love that for them.
Who is it to?
Said something about the Trailblazers.
No, that was from their prior trade, right? They traded Denny Avdija, or the Wizards traded Denny Avdija to the Trailblazers earlier today for the 14th pick. So that 14th pick was Washington. So
I want. He announced something.
no, that's what he announced because
Oh,
it's the stupid rules of
they're
the
not
NBA
finalized?
where they have to be like they have to go through like the board of governors and everything. It's done. It's not like the NFL
yeah.
where it's just like on the spot.
It's
But
sorry.
oh no, go for it, man.
Is it the Lakers on the board right now?
They've
Yeah.
selected Dalton Connect.
I was literally. I love that pick. I'm not gonna lie. It's a really good fit for them, in my opinion.
What are your thoughts about connect to the Lakers then?
what the what? That's what happened.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Did it?
Stay tapped in, Mike.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
I love it, man. Oh man, what is this? Right, it's like almost immediately after the pick, man. First thing in the group chat is why not? Let's get it. Tid Jane Antetokounmpo in the building, and it's Giannis with Tid Jane Sloan's face. Whatever, it's a Hornets fan page. That's Twitter for you. All right. I love this pick for the Lakers. Right. I mean, they missed last year with Jalen Hood-Schifino. Right after him, you had Jaime Jaquez Jr., Brandon Bajemski, and
Cam Whitmore.
Cam Whitmore. Right, 3 guys who could have contributed immediately, and man, they could have won you a series. I mean, maybe not against the Nuggets. Chaos theory, right? Maybe they don't play the Nuggets if they get one of those guys, right? So I think this is a massive W here where they're going to come out of the draft with someone who's ready to contribute right away, and is someone who's not going to take the ball out of the hands of the guys they want it in those hands, right? He's someone who can create. He can't create for himself, but he can move off the ball, as we mentioned with the Raptors offense, as we mentioned before. But he can move off the ball, off screens, handoffs. He can space the floor, right? They've been looking for consistent shooters, right? You might have just found the best one in the draft. I love this pick for the Lakers. And I think that with the right offseason moves, with this pick, they could be back in title contention. Because for me right now, they're out of it. But if they can make some kind of move this offseason, plus this pick, I love it for them.
Spurs are trading Rob Dillingham.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
traded him
17
to
as well.
Minnesota.
He was linked as highest number 4.
And then the Lakers drafted Dalton, man. Like,
What do you want about Mike?
Don't forget the Thunder took Nikola Topic, who was like,
That's a match. That's a massive steal, obviously.
yeah.
man, Dalton gonna be nice, and now he gonna play with LeBron, and Nick is gonna see why he should have gone higher.
Look, no, I'm a believer in Dalton Connect. I think he could be a fantastic piece, man. I just don't like the top 10 hype, right? If I'm top 10, that means it doesn't matter the class, right? That means I've been horrible for an entire year, right? Unless you're the Rockets and you've traded for someone else's pick. That means your reward for bottoming out
Is
the
to
entire
be on
year
a trash
is a guy
team.
is,
To be on a
No,
trash
he's
team.
meaning the team.
the
Yeah,
team, right?
to be on
I'm
to be
talking
on a
Stop
trash
being such a
team.
sourpuss, man. Jesus Christ.
Right? I mean, like, yeah, if you're the Hornets, if you're the Pistons, right? Your reward for a whole lost season, a whole season of misery, is Dalton Connect. I don't love that. The upside isn't there. However, I believe he's someone who can be in the NBA for a very, very long time as an effective player, right? So at this point in the draft, for me, he's so far the steal of the draft, undoubtedly for me, right? Especially considering the team he's going to. As I said, I just don't think he warrants a top 10 pick because the upside isn't there. At least from what we've seen so far with his tools and what he's shown.
Hell yeah. I'm going to announce this one because this is one of my
yeah.
guys. The
Here we go, here we
Orlando
go.
Magic is selecting Tristan Da Silva at number
Whoa.
18.
I love that for them, man. Floor spacing for he can provide some floor spacing, as I said. And he's an older guy. He's ready to compete with them right now. And
Point
as they try
forward.
and point forward,
Point forward. I think it's
he
point
can launch
forward.
himself into the rotation immediately, and they can launch themselves into another playoff run, right? And I believe they could win a first round series in the East, depending on who they match up against. Definitely one of the more interesting teams to see next season, considering they've also been linked to Paul George, Zach LaVine. Whether you want to buy into that or not, whether you like that or not, it's still going to be interesting next season to see how they match up if they go after those guys, and even if they don't, just seeing the fit with Tristan Da Silva, whoever they pick up in free agency, as well as the development of their young guys they have already. Paolo Banchero, Franz Wagner, Jalen Suggs, that core they have going on, and Anthony Black, Jed Howard. I mean, they have a very, very deep rotation of very, very strong, high ceiling guys, and I look forward to seeing how it progresses. Am I speaking a little fast?
No, you're good. You're good.
Can you guys understand it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure because I got a bit of a speech impediment. People usually can't understand me, especially with my accent.
I mean, Orlando lacks a lot of connective players, or they lack connective players, I should say. All right. Da Silva is definitely the type of guy that they need to kind of bring a little bit more, lineup balance between their rotations. Again, it's not a knock on any of the players currently on the Magic, but they find themselves often playing like either very guard heavy lineups or like offensively tilted lineups or defensively tilted lineups. They don't really have a lot of those guys. It's kind of like two-way glue guys. And at the very least, I like this for them. Like Da Silva does that, and he does that well. He's just the type of guy that like can thrive and change his role from possession to possession, not even just like lineup to lineup. So I like that for them. And again, this is the range where he could have helped any of these teams. Like if the Lakers had picked him, he would have been helpful for them. So yeah, not bad. I mean, they still have the opportunity to get some elite shooters in free agency, as they've basically been linked to every above average free agent 3-point shooter. So yeah, there we go. Tristan Da Silva. Okay, Omar, you guys are on the clock.
Woo. Come on, guys. Take Isaiah
What do you
Collier.
think?
We got to take Isaiah Collier here.
Is there a guy you wouldn't want them to take?
Okay, there's like sort of an obvious thing, but I just heard so many people just in Toronto say it. Please don't take Bronny. Come on, what are we doing?
What? Nah, bro. He ain't
Please
going to
take
Toronto.
Bronny. Maybe it'll wake me the fuck up, because I mean, for real, because
He was knocked out, Mike. I can't lie.
that's why
Nah,
I'm,
if they
that's
take
why I'm
Bronny-
eerie.
If they take Bronny, I might have to join Nick on Hornets Fleet. I'm not gonna lie. Like that'll actually destroy me.
Oh man.
Too funny.
I mean,
Too
I
funny.
wouldn't. I'm actually not against some guys, some teams potentially going after Bronny and just holding him as leverage, right? I mean, it's a little toxic, but just hold him captive, right? Yeah, as I said, leverage it. Get something out of the Lakers. You know, how much do you value? I'm quoting Bill Simmons here. You know, how much do you value Max Christie? How much do you value Jalen Hood-Schifino? Right? How much are you willing to give up to keep LeBron happy? And just to leverage that.
You're like doing the Lakers a favor taking on Jalen Hood-Schifino. Okay.
He's a prospect, man. He's a damn near lottery guy from last year. That's I'm not giving. You can't give up on young players like that, man. Not that fast.
You can.
What do
Like
y'all
the
think
worst
about Max Christie anyway?
Man.
See?
I do not watch enough Lakers hoops to see the back end of the rotation guys. Respectfully, if they're on at like 2 a.m. my time, 3 a.m. my time. And
Ooh-wee.
usually if I'm up at 2
Never
3 a.m.,
mind.
it's not against Lakers.
he could definitely put the ball in the hoop. All right.
Yeah.
But there's more to NBA basketball than that. I'm not saying he's a low IQ guy. I don't think he is, but he seems to lack like those natural instincts. You know? Like they are too far often where like he's just a step slow, like kind of recognizing where he should rotate, whether that's like on offense or defense. It's things like that where again, this player development. But you see it like when he's on, he's on. It's just, you know, that consistency. I think that's where again he really needs to work on, you know, reading the game, processing the game. You know, it's not really about his skills. It's just about his ability to really internalize everything. So,
Right.
but definitely one of their better young players, I would say.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody for the future, pretty much.
More or less.
Worst thing they could do is package him for a star. Lakers need to really keep this young core.
I mean, yeah.
What do you think?
There's a lot of
Lakers?
interest in him. So,
What do you guys? What are your thoughts on the Lakers right now? I mean, they've brought in JJ Redick. There's a lot of dispute whether that was a move for the future or for the now, right? Do you think that they can be a contender for these last few years of LeBron's career, or do you think it's time that they move towards the future?
it's a question for Mason.
Yeah, I mean, Mason should be here, man.
I'll be controversial. LeBron is
Go for
about
it.
to leave.
I mean,
So where?
I don't know where. but
Okay.
He's about
do
to
we
leave.
want to?
Toronto-
Do you want to? Wait, do
Oh,
you want
wait.
Omar? Omar, would you like to
Oh.
wait for the broadcast, or do we want to just read out the Raptors pick now?
Now I got on my phone. You could do it.
Okay, go. Go ahead.
All right. Toronto is selecting Jacoby Walter at number
Love that.
19.
Absolutely. I mean,
Omar.
they're just adding more and more shooting, man. I love this.
Why don't we get Omar's
Um,
reaction, man? He's our Raptors guy. So
All right. If I remember correctly, he's like 19 and a good shooter. This is like a match made in heaven for us. Like we needed shooting last year. Like our only good shooters were Gary Trent and half a season of Grady Dick. So I feel like Jacoby Walter is really going to not only improve that, but just add some youth and talent to the roster. And we really need everything. Well, not everything, but like we need more players to help bolster the rebuild. So I really feel
Yeah.
Jacoby Walter is gonna help with that. I really like the pick.
I mean, Omar, were you here when I was discussing Dalton Connect to the Raptors? Were you listening?
What? Yeah, I think I was. Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, it's a similar fit to that. Whereas, I mean, obviously they're two different players, but just off-ball movement, off-ball shooting, shooting off screens, off handoffs, someone who can stretch the floor, which is perfect because with their new coach, right? I love him. I love his offensive scheme. right? There's a lot of movement, and I
Didn't
think
think of
he's
that.
one of the better offensive coaches in the NBA. He just hasn't had the right team to show that, right? And with the right amount of floor spacing and ability to capitalize on that movement, will really highlight that. And I think drafting Jacoby Walter is a great move towards that.
Now, my question is, you have quickly Barrett, Barnes, or Barnes, Barrett, and Pirtle. Who gets the starting shooting guard position? Is it Grady Dick or is it Jacoby Walter?
I think Jacoby is ready to go, man.
And does this also mean Gary Trent Jr. is pretty much out the door now? I think it does.
Okay, so per Evan Sideri, as the first round moves into the final third, the Nets are still active trying to obtain a pick. The Cavaliers are one team who has expressed interest in both Cam Johnson and Dorian Finney-Smith. They hold the 20th overall pick.
Yeah,
20?
the very next pick.
Right. I've had Ryan Dunn mock them at 20 all year. Right, I love the fit there with Ryan Dunn. But if they don't elect to take him, then I mean they could go after Cam Johnson or Dorian Finney-Smith with that pick, man. I would definitely. Evan Sideri says to keep an eye on Brooklyn over the next hour.
Well, Omar, to go back to your question, let me answer your question with a question of my own. Do you think Grady Dick is ready to be a starter?
Well, you know what? Now that you say that, if I was going off the first half of the season, no, but second half, he showed a lot of improvement and a lot more confidence in his shot. And I really think it's how the team as a whole feels if we're trying to compete, if we're still trying to rebuild. I think it's going to be more of a competition and it's going to be really competitive. I think they're going to be switching who's starting, who's not throughout the year.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I asked that because honestly, I don't think Jacoby Walter should not be your starter. If you have the goal of being, somewhat competitive, a play-in team, a late playoff team. I'm not going to say I don't believe in the kid, but it's funny that we were talking about Max Christie. I get the same vibes from him. He doesn't process the game very quickly. And that is kind of reflected in his subpar shooting splits. He has the ability to do all those things, but like the know-how of when to do it, like situationally, he seems to again, he's kind of be like a step slow on these things. Again, and I'm not saying he's low IQ. It's just this is where being a one and done. And I mean, I know you guys like your 905 is a great player development, and that's what I'm saying. I think he's going to really benefit from that. I do think he can be like a pretty strong starting caliber 2-guard. But for year one, I would be surprised. Which is why it leads me to believe that even if Gary Trent doesn't come back, you could probably find a solid vet, to kind of just be like a stopgap starter until Grady Dick or Walter is ready to kind of be a full-time starter. At least that's how I would envision it.
Moving back to the 6th pick, with Tijon Salon, right? We were all pretty shocked in the moment of it happening. But even Tijon Salon himself was shocked, right? He had no idea he was going to the Hornets, according to this report.
Cool.
That seemed like a last-minute switch up.
Everybody likes a surprise. All right.
Wonder when Isaiah Collier is going to be taken.
It's nice to see them be so overjoyed that they family crying, they crying. It's nice to see people achieve their dreams. It especially through sports. You know what I mean? Basically take your family from whatever situation they in to being in a totally different situation. It took a lot of hard work and sacrifice to get there, but your overnight comes after so many long days. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. These picks are coming in fast now.
Yeah, because they're getting up.
So I guess we'll just kind of we'll begin talking about it. Cleveland is selecting Jalen Tyson, swingman out of Cal. So just right from my backyard, Michael. Right, Jalen Tyson, and again, all the scouting report you need. This motherfucker is gonna bust your ass. That's it, dude. That's all you need to know, man. That's all you need to know. Give him the ball, let him go. No, I mean, like, yeah, just a really, really talented, playmaker, really creative off the dribble. Not selfish, but I mean, on that Cal team, wasn't a very good team. I mean, he had to do a lot of heavy lifting.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. I mean, again, they need depth. They need depth, period. Every team needs depth. I don't think there's too much to read into that. Like, oh my God, are they drafting Donovan Mitchell's replacement? No, I wouldn't go that far. But
Donovan Mitchell's replacement.
yeah, and then the guy who I kind of wanted to. I mean, Omar, are you happy with? I mean, I'm not trying to be pessimistic. Do you like the Jacoby Walter pick?
Oh, I love it. It's growing
Yeah.
on me. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
but
No, again, and I'm not saying you shouldn't. It's just I feel like there's more development, and I like that he's with because I really respect the Raptors player development, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I would not feel good about him going to some of those teams in the top 10. So I like the fact that he kind of dropped a little bit to go to a team that has a better infrastructure.
I just really hope that our team gives him time to develop, doesn't try to rush anything, doesn't try to like make him the day one de facto starter, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just take it slow.
I mean, yeah, I agree. And that's what I was saying. I was like, it was actually not meant to be a rhetorical question, a legitimate question. Like, if you feel Grady is ready to get some reps, at starts, then there you go, right? Like, there's no rush for Walter. But we talked about earlier, Yves Missy will be going to New Orleans at 21. Yes, Yves Missy is the 7-footer, the big man out of Baylor. Some say he's raw. I don't know. He's got good hands. Throw it up to him. He's going to finish at the rim, hella strong. I mean, I think we all knew this. I think we all knew that Valanciunas is not coming back to that team. So
what have I missed?
2 picks are in. Jalen Tyson is going to Cleveland. And I brought Mike up to speed about him with some old school scouting reports.
Mm-hmm.
And then Yves Missy is going to New Orleans at 21.
Right, I like that pick.
And I like it. Hey, Nick, can you let Caleb in?
Caleb, yep, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Caleb, how you doing?
Yo, what up, guys?
That's good.
What's going on, Caleb?
Good. Draft night. I'm feeling good. I'm enjoying my night. What about y'all?
I mean, so far so good. I mean, okay, you got 2 guys here, Caleb, and Nick and Michael, MJ here.
I'm tired.
It's not the picks that they were expecting. That's not to say that they're completely disappointed, but they had some ideas in mind.
What were we
It'll
expecting
grow
with
on
this
me.
draft? I mean, what
I'm
were
not
we
mad.
expecting with this draft? I think a lot of teams ended up drafting a lot safer besides Charlotte. I think even like Oklahoma City at 12 taking Topic is like a relatively like safe pick because he's going to be a really high level player whenever he gets on the floor from an IQ perspective, and they need a playmaker. They just got rid of Giddey, so I like that pick. I didn't think it was like an expected one. I thought he was going to maybe fall a little bit lower. I liked the Nuggets for him, but I think Thunder's next best spot. And then, I mean, the pick of the night honestly has to be Tajani Salon at 6. Like, what is Charlotte thinking there? What was kind of your guys' reaction? Are you guys familiar with Salon's game?
We are. Nick, you're our resident Hornets guy. Why don't you kind of go some of your thoughts?
I mean, look, Martas was my guy of this draft, right? He's number 2 on my board behind Saar. In terms of for the Hornets. But I'm not mad at it. I like the pick. Just think there's someone better on the board. Yeah, I mean, it's a risky pick. I think it just shows the direction of the franchise. I mean, they're not looking to contend anytime soon. They're getting a long-term project here in Tijan Salon.
100%.
And look, it could pan out. And I'm not saying I dislike the pick. He has very high upside, great physical tools, and I look forward to seeing how he fits in Charlotte. I mean, this wasn't someone that we were rumored to have any interest in until an hour before the draft, right? He didn't even know he was coming to the Hornets, according to reports, right? He was shocked by the pick. Yeah, there was 3 guys that were supposed to come to the Hornets. Connect, Holland, Stephon Castle and Reed Shepherd, right? And then suddenly we get to 6, and Martas is still on the board, which we didn't expect. We wanted Martas, but according to sources, that was the guy, right? The front office, Dijon Salom was the front office's guy, right? And that's who they were.
It makes
targeting.
sense to me. I think he's a
like
he's
it.
a guy that you can buy into, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Long term.
I've had him top 10 at some point in this process. So, I think on my final board I had him at around 13 or 14. I just was really not expecting him to go 6 at all. I thought that was really surprising. That was like the only pick so far that's made me go, oh wow. Where honestly,
Well,
last year was a more surprising draft.
The Pistons pick was massive. That's shocking.
Yeah, was pretty
Yeah.
massive.
Well, what do you think about that? Michael here is our resident Pistons fan. I mean, he had his eyes kind of set on Matas. But what do you think of the Ron Holland pick to Detroit?
I love Ron Holland. I had him second on my board. I think that there's if you're a Pistons fan and you want to ease your mind a little bit about this, I would look and see how Houston was able to utilize Cam Whitmore immediately and put him in a spot to be successful. And I think that it's a very similar situation for Ron Holland in Detroit, where he's coming into a team that's pretty saturated on ball. And that was a role that he kind of really, tried to take over for the G League Ignite. He was, graded out by some of my metrics as the best on-ball guard out of all the G League prospects. So, he does offer that type of thing, but I think, cutting and slashing to the basket is where he's going to eat. And I can really easily see him being like one of the better performing rookies because his role is going to be just so easy. And I think that that's what the Pistons had in mind for him versus where with Matas, it's like, if the shot's not falling, he's not somebody that's, he's a great, finisher around the basket, but he's nowhere near the athlete of Holland is. I don't think a lot of guys are on that level in this class. So, I think that that's the one thing that you really have to take away and be happy with, even though you're not getting a shooter, which is something that you guys probably really need. I mean, every team in the NBA needs shooting, especially trying to keep up with the Celtics. But I don't know. And in my opinion, he's the best perimeter defender in the draft, not named Ryan Dunn. So,
Absolutely. So we have some breaking news here. So Cleveland obviously just selected Jalen Tyson, the 20th overall selection. Some more Cleveland news. They have signed Kenny Atkinson to a 5-year deal
Wow.
as their head coach.
In the middle of the draft.
In the middle of the
Draft.
draft.
Nice.
Could have
No,
done that
that's
a bit
what's up.
earlier.
I mean, the damn Pistons. Because, right now, you talking about Ron Holland, right? Okay, well, we've had the Spencer Dinwiddie's. We've had the Chris Middletons, but we had shit coaches. We've had shit front offices. So it's just like, I can sit up here and get excited, but if this shit don't come together correctly, because if Trajan picked the wrong coach, this shit not going to matter. You know what I mean? I've been, the Pistons went from prominence to fucking pathetic. You know what I'm saying? And we've been pathetic for almost 20 years now. You know what I'm saying? So, or I'll say 15. So since about 09, we've been trash. So I'm supposed to get excited when we've been picking. We went from middling in the draft to slowly getting higher in the lottery, 7, 8 to now we're 5 through 2, and we just keep having trash product on the coaching side of things. It's just like we need a coach, and then they're talking about the people that they might like and this, that, and the third. But it's like, if you're not bringing somebody in here that's actually going to capitalize on the talents of this entire team and then this entire team as a unit, it don't matter. They're gonna want to lead Detroit, because what's everybody been talking about? Oh, is K gonna lead Detroit? Oh, is K gonna lead Detroit? Like, we could be high on Ron Highland, we could be high on Jalen Durham, we could be high on K. But it's like, if we're shit, oh man, K gonna want to leave. Oh man, is he gonna sign his extension? Oh, I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I mean? Like, so
100%.
I hope we can actually utilize Ron Holland and keep Cade and stuff like that. Like, go ahead and make whatever sacrifices you got to make. I love Ivy because his family bloodline comes from Detroit. His mother played for the Shock. His grandfather, or I want to say his uncle, or somebody played for the Lions. So that's kind of dear to me personally.
I
But
think this offseason
whatever.
and the Holland move is really supporting like an Ivy, like
Move.
Cade Cunningham led backcourt. I think that Holland bringing him in as a defensive minded player is going to really like, turn over the keys to a guy like Jaden Ivey to say, go get your bucket. You can play a little bit more. And you guys are going to play faster. Like, I just promise you guys are going to play faster. Like, and that's a big thing that just every team in the NBA, again, along with shooting, need to be able to add pace at certain moments in the game to keep up with certain teams. And I think that Ron Holland was a great pick for that. What do you got? Aaron, ooh.
Well, breaking news here, because we were actually talking about this before you joined us, Caleb. We were talking about DaRon Holmes. Phoenix is trading number 22 to Denver. Denver will select DaRon Holmes.
You gotta be kidding me, dude. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. This is exactly what we're saying, right? The guys that we believe are falling are now falling to the teams that can actually utilize them correctly.
Yeah, man.
So
I mean,
I'm
Ryan
a
Dunn's still on
Suns
board.
fan, so I hate that. Like,
I mean,
with the
the
passion.
Nuggets had a first round pick, right?
They had a 28, I think, or something like that.
The Suns probably got that back in return.
Yeah,
and
but
so-
I like DaRon Holmes. DaRon Holmes is a lottery pick on my board.
Okay.
Man,
So
that is frustrating.
The Nuggets
That was like
sent
that pick would have made me so
28.
happy.
the Nuggets sent 28, 56, and 2 future second round picks to the Suns in return for 22.
Ooh, it's not bad.
So yeah, I mean, you got some good future assets there. I mean,
We don't
you
like
have many of
picks.
those.
Didn't we say did you guys not hear that press conference at the end of the season? They have no interest in drafting
They
players.
don't care about picks. They're
So
trading
it's
those.
just like, I don't understand how you look here and see the best big man still available. You draft him and then you let the best team in the NBA, like one of the best franchises in the NBA, come in and grab him. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. It reeks of a bad move to me. Like, oh my gosh, I do not like these draft trades so far. That's the one thing I'll say.
They moved back to 28. They picked up 56. They got the 2 second rounders, or future second rounders. I mean,
Tell me
I
what
know
first round bigs are left though. What first round bigs are left? What do we can't run Nurkic out there again. If we're bringing back Beal, KD, and Booker, we can't run Nurkic out there again. Like, and think that that's going to be a championship lineup. So I don't know. I just saw the best big fly off the board, and that was really upsetting as a Suns fan to me. Wow.
So
yeah, I mean, I think they actually want the quantity over the quality, right? Given that they supposedly do not want to break up the trifecta of Booker, Beal, KD. So I mean, I think they're trying to get as many, low cost controlled pieces as possible.
Yeah,
here's the full
hear you.
trade just coming through. So it's 28, 56, and the Nuggets 2026 and 2031 second round picks to Phoenix for the 20.
They sent these picks. It's 5 years off.
Doesn't that tell you those? Doesn't it say something about how good of a player DaRon Holmes is and how badly the Nuggets want him?
Yeah.
Yes.
They just moving up 6 picks, and you see what they gave up to move up 6 picks. They probably didn't bat an eye at it either. This is a steal for me for the Nuggets. Like I had them making some sort of steal. Like I said earlier, I thought maybe like Topic was going to fall to them, and they would be the team that would be like, yeah, we'll take Nikola Topic in the first round for sure if nobody else is going to take him. But this is like another great move. Like perfect backup big man. He plays a very, very similar role to Nikola Jokic. If you go back and you watch his Dayton tape, this is a guy that can put the ball on the floor. And if you like offense, like DaRon Holmes is still going to bring that. And he's one of the best defenders, like big men defenders in this draft class, in my opinion. Like this was a absolute home run pick, like for the Nuggets.
So we've got some more Lakers delusion coming through. Rob Pelinka says that Dalton Knecht could be one of the best 3-and-D wings in the NBA who could defend 1 through 4.
Nice.
Okay, let's calm down here.
Nice.
Radio.
I love it, dude. It's great, dude. They got Scottie Pippen, man. Hell yeah.
That's crazy. I think it's a great pick for them, but I mean,
Congratulations, Lake Show.
it's a little-
All right.
we got any? They've got the next pick coming through yet?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty it's interesting. I'm curious to see who's still on the board when Phoenix makes their selection. I think you bring a great point there, Caleb. I mean, there's clearly, I mean, you don't turn down a deal just because it's with a team that's good, but you kind of have to try to understand why are they doing that deal. So
100%. I mean, well, that's like that's the meta, thinking that comes with being a part of an NBA front office. You look and see like how a deal just recently was able to get done between the two New York teams. Like, I mean, there's politics involved with this stuff, and if you can't read the room, and the Suns have drafted quite poorly, so this is in line with this front office, and it's just frustrating as somebody who joined the Suns fandom openly as a Booker fan when he was drafted. Like, I lived through the garbage heap, and then I saw us get to the NBA Finals with a competent center with DeAndre Ayton, and then we just dish him out, get Yusuf Nurkic, and it looks like, I think Deron Holmes can come in and return that type of value. I'm telling you, the Nuggets just got an absolute steal. Like, their front court's going to be so fun. He's going to be able to play the 4. What's this next pick? I just got a notification.
Yeah, look, I mean, for the Suns, I mean, there's a very good chance that they're trading back to take Bronny James, right? And I'm not very high on Bronny James. I've been very well documented in the past about that.
28.
I don't know about that.
Wrong.
I'm simply saying that they were linked to him at 22, and they maybe believe that they can trade back and still get him with additional assets.
That's unbelievable.
I don't think it's a good pick. I think it's a horrible pick. But if that's who they're interested in, then that's a possibility. I mean, it's been all draft season, right? They've been considering him. Bronny James has only worked out with 2 teams, the Lakers and the Suns. That's pretty well documented. So there's obviously mutual interest.
Something I keep my eye on. Again, I don't know how many times I'm going to say it. Isaiah Collier. No one has taken him yet.
Oh, man, he's still on the board, isn't he?
And Johnny Furphy as well.
Johnny Furphy, I don't want to talk down on his name, but, I mean, that's like a scrub right there.
Damn.
No offense, but
for a first round, I mean, he's gonna struggle early, and I would be really like disappointed for him and his career if he got taken with the first round pick and received those type of expectations. That's that's my opinion on Furphy. I was so high on him early. It's just his basketball IQ is just a touch low for me at this point. He's so young.
I'm not super high on Furphy. I'm not sure how much it counts for, but I mean, he's one of the few guys I've seen play live because he's obviously Australian, right?
Yeah.
And he's definitely one of the nicest guys I've ever met. Obviously, doesn't really count for much for draft stock, but I thought I should definitely throw him out there, man. He's definitely very good.
I mean, it's important though. I mean, personability and being able to be a good teammate are super important early indicators for anybody in life and being part of a group of people. And I think he'll have a good career. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think he'll be a decent bench player in the NBA and like maybe even reach like a starting caliber. But I would hate to see him get drafted super early right now.
I mean, maybe that's a good thing in the first round though in this kind of draft. Just getting a good bench guy who could maybe start long term.
100%. 100%. Yeah, you're not in this kind of draft. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. You're not wrong at all. This was speaking like breaking the third wall. Low key, putting the evals Nick underneath Shams' posts as he posts them was low key a good move. That's what I've been doing with every single pick. Every time Shams tweets, I go in and take the eval from our guide and put it right underneath it.
Nice.
That's smart, man. I'll do that next year for sure.
No, go like and retweet all these that I'm putting underneath Shams, guys. Go do that. It'll run these numbers up. Nick was a contributor on our draft guide this year.
After the first round, I was just gonna go back and quote tweet every single one.
Oh, bet. They're good evals too. You guys should check out the graphics. We worked pretty hard this year on our draft guide. We didn't get a full 100 players, but we're pretty close. And definitely have like the whole first round covered. So go check that out. It's free on the clock. _ BB on Twitter.
No, it's
Absolutely.
the other way.
Yeah, on the _ clock BB.
When's his next pick, man? I gotta get to school. I
Yeah,
still got school, man.
I followed you like 5 minutes ago.
Oh, bet, bro. Yeah.
So unless we can figure out how someone else can log into this and end the stream themselves, we might have to end the stream early because my mum was getting really antsy.
It's fine, dude. You gotta go to school.
Wait, Con, are you able to log in under my account?
I don't think so, but it's cool. It's cool. We could do like
We end a
we
couple
can
weeks
do like
early.
a recap vid, especially after the second round.
Should we do another live show for the second round or?
Ooh, doesn't it start earlier tomorrow though?
Yeah.
4 p.m.
Yeah.
ET.
Yeah, I don't think I'll.
4 p.m.
Yeah, I think it's.
4 a.m. my time.
Yeah, no, right. Yeah, it's a little too early for me. I don't think, but at least by the time I get home, it's gonna have started already. But I mean, I'm cool to do a recap show.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, you're probably right. It's probably a bit too early to do a show, but I'll definitely get out to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's. I'm surprised there's not been more player movement, man. I was definitely expecting a lot of movement. Especially with
be.
that Lakers pick. Just knowing the Lakers. I don't
Hell
think it's gonna be a smart
yeah.
move.
Hell yeah, I represent for all my California boys. Okay. Milwaukee is selecting
AJ Johnson, man. Hey,
Yo.
that's only I've seen live, man. He's awesome. He's awesome.
So I will reiterate what Omar had said a few minutes ago. Isaiah Collier is still on the board.
Bro, oh my. Raptors need to trade up to get him. Please.
Do you need to? I
No.
mean, like,
No,
I'm
we
just
do not
like,
need
like,
to.
don't you have like the 31st pick or something like that?
I'm really scared the Suns are going to take him with 28, to be honest.
Are they going to
Oh,
take
like-
Bronny? Right.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah, man. I love that pick. AJ Johnson at 23. I love that. Just purely based on Australian bias, man. It's not
Yeah.
where I can throw it that way. Yeah, it could be potentially 2 Australians drafted in the first round, plus someone else who played in the NBL. That's really massive for Australia. Loving that right now.
Globalization of the sport. International, man.
100%. It's great for the game.
It
Great
is.
for the
What do you guys
game.
think about? And this is very, very, very off topic, but just for a minute here, what do you guys think about expanding overseas? I don't think it's likely, I don't know.
I'm a big fan of the idea. I think that there's definitely like obviously major constraints with like
Trouble.
having like just the time zones, like being able to honor like television contracts and things like that become difficult when you're slapping like the Lakers on like a prime, like in the middle of their schedule, like having them go play like a team in Germany at that time of day. Like, the NBA is counting on Laker fans and American NBA fans to, tune in and watch those games. And, I'm not sure that like the overseas fan base is quite there yet to be able to like individually support and like a whole franchise, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like an NBA caliber franchise. Like if the team stinks, like they're just gonna go and rather would watch like the other like good championship caliber teams that are in Europe. They're not gonna
Okay,
go
we have a
watch like
trade. Sorry.
they're not gonna go watch a team get spanked. At least that would be my hope. As
The Wizards have another first round pick. They've traded
Oh, my
for
God.
the Knicks 24th overall pick.
No reason.
Okay.
Actually, no, there isn't.
Cool.
Can I elaborate on that expansion overseas?
Yeah, go for it.
100%.
I think that they should just try to incorporate everything that's already in place, like kind of how it is in soccer. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like how they have different divisions and they compete within their own divisions based on where they are, but then intertwine if they're some of the best teams. You know what I mean? And then maybe y'all have them come together, I guess, year in and year out and do international tournaments instead of having it try to be plugged into the NBA. It'll be, I guess they can say it's more FIBA than anything. You know what I mean? And just have an American, like I mean, do you want to include all of the NBA teams, or would you like to take only a
Like
few?
have like a Champions League, like you're saying, like have a
Mm.
Champions
Yeah,
League.
I've considered.
yeah.
I've thought about something like
It's
that. Yeah, I like
interesting.
I
that.
mean, because then you could do that damn
It,
next
that's
year. You know what I
definitely
mean?
I mean, Europe would definitely lean in the favor of that. It's like a very like I just took a class on the history of the European Union and focused a lot of my research on like sports. And it's
Yeah,
the idea you came up with is very European, and they would eat that up, like bringing in
yeah,
American
it
teams
is. Because I
to
love,
profit
you
share.
know,
They would love it.
yeah. They really would like, and yeah, it would eat it up. And then basketball is never going to overtake soccer, but it will
No,
definitely go up more as far as global popularity because basketball is global. It'll never overtake soccer, but it is global. You know what I mean? So like,
All right. Well,
oh,
back to the
go ahead, Nick, go
draft.
ahead.
Sorry, man. I don't mean to cut you off, but I mean, Washington is targeting and is about to select Keyshawn George, another
Phew.
guard.
wow, great pick.
That's
Alright.
2 guards now, plus they acquired one via trade. I don't think Jordan Poole's on this team next year.
Neither do
told
I.
you,
I think
dude.
he gets traded.
Who do they trade
That's
him
what I
to?
said, dude. I'm not like analyzing this roster one bit. They're just getting players. All those veterans are going to be on a new home. I don't, what else, dude? It's cool,
I mean, that's
I
still 2
think
rookie
it'll be
guards,
dope.
right?
It'll be dope. It'll be dope to see them throw together something new. I mean that's always something I enjoy
Oh,
about basketball is the investment in youth that teams make early, especially in rebuilds. I think it's one of the more entertaining aspects of team building, and it's part of the reason why I'm so addicted to scouting.
Definitely.
Is seeing sometimes these young teams that are just absolute hot garbage and seeing what can rise out of the dust. And what have we seen before? We saw a guy in Oklahoma City for a team that he got traded. He was in a trade involving some superstars, went to Oklahoma City, had some good performances with Los Angeles previously, and then all of a sudden becomes a superstar in Oklahoma City because he rises out of the ashes that existed there, and now that team's top caliber. Not to compare the
right.
Wizards situation to Shea in Oklahoma City, but those are the type of situations you can find, and it can be a really positive test on players. I did like a AI simulation a couple months ago where I taught Chat GPT. This is the first time I've talked about this publicly, but I had like a video that I recorded with chucking darts about it, and we talked, and I showed him my study, and we did I taught AI how to scout, and one of the things that it identified is a consistent like trend in superstar caliber prospects. And guys that develop and like hit that huge superstar curve is having a bad situation to start. Going in and being a player and having to take your bumps and learn from a veteran, like a guy like Nikola Jokic had to do. He had to go in there and he had to fight off Nurkic to the point where he told them it's Nurkic or me, and those type of situations can be positive. So Wizards fans out there is hope. There is hope.
Shea
All right,
Gilgeous,
With
Yes.
this, with the
Chris Paul.
Wizards trade, it is Wizards are trading 26 and 51 for 24. So I think after this last pick, we'll wrap it up. Is that okay with you guys? I'll just get
Yep.
pressed, unless you guys are able to log in. On
I'm
my
good.
account in the stream.
I'm good.
You guys good? And
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta take care of some stuff, but I was
Ready
glad I was
now?
able to make it for a little bit.
Nice.
all right, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Next pick.
This
was good.
This is the box podcast.
Good.
Thanks for tuning in, and we will have another episode for you by the end of the week. See ya.